Look alive, sunshine, it's 105 in the sky and the pigs won't quit because this is your tour into the descent of the madness. I'll be your proctor, your helicopter, your surgeon as we go into the YoS madness, into the minds of the free deluded man, in the room and the one who is missing in spirit, because like God's revolver but twice as shiny. Remember, we're here all the time, every time, and just remember, the now is present, the aftermath is secondary, and we all respawn in 3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the YoS Challenge. This grand beast it is that's trundling through the tundra, slowly but surely getting on its place. But no, not there yet. Distance is far away. You can see the mountains, but can't get there yet. We still could die when the meteor comes and the big fucking tsunami comes. We could still die, but we'll get to those mountains one day, possibly. On the left we have an Irishman who's a bit shy this month for a sore throat and can bust a move on a dance floor, but more of that to come later. Colm!
Yoshi!
There we go. And on my right, we have a man who's just turned up to fill a seat because he's done and he doesn't really know what he's doing and he's waiting on a bus. We have Connor!
Hello! And that hello was just for Colm because he seems to quite like those little hellos.
Yeah, I do. I like your little jolly hellos, yeah.
That's grand. So how are we all doing this month, boys? Anything exciting happened in the month that was September?
Well, I'm glad we're recording this week rather than last week, because last week was quite horrific. I ended up with a gastric flu, and it was most unpleasant. Yeah.
Fun for all the family.
Thankfully, I'm the only one in the family who's had it, so not pleasant there.
Well, I found myself in a sickly situation, but that was self-inflicted through drink.
Well, that's alcohol. That's known as alcoholism in the real world. So I'm sorry, we can't help you here. We're not the AA, and we won't give you a tow or a home start. So as is the tradition, we're moving right on with what we've been playing. And on the list, it looks like the man who's no part of the challenge. He's just here to heat the seat. Connor, what have you been playing? And if you mention the word Snake, Metal Gear, or some kind of Venom, you will be ejected from this bus. Because I'm moving at speed now.
MGS 5 TPP, the Phantom Pain. So
TPP. Jesus, TPP.
TPP. I needed lots of TP last week.
TPP.
Yeah,
I'm sure you did.
The Phantom Pain. I've basically the reason I failed my Year of Shame challenge was dealing with Big Boss and my desire to get my hands on him and run him around Afghanistan and Africa. And my lord, it's glorious.
Get your hands on him.
Well, I can't say the S words for fear of being ejected. So I'm calling him Big Boss, as is his name.
Conductor's coming, looking for tickets.
So yeah, it's fantastic. 100 and odd hours in. I think Colin was quite shocked when I tweeted something like I was 40 odd hours in. Yeah, I'm now 103 hours into it. I'm about 59% through it. Well, that's my completion percentage, which I'm not sure quite how that's made up, whether I need to go back and tick off all the challenges in the missions to get the percentage up. I think I'm near the end. I'm in chapter 2. It feels like it's got a bit padded now, and I kind of feel like I'm going through the motions a bit. But it's still very, very enjoyable. It is Red Dead Afghanistan. I said it before, I'll say it again. It basically is, if you like Red Dead Redemption, you'll really, really like it. Stories a bit kind of, not non-existent, but very, very sporadic. If you've ever played one of the other games by Kojima, they do have a tendency to be a little bit too verbose and have very, very long cutscenes. This doesn't. I think the longest cutscene I've had was about 10 minutes. It's very, very weird, very strange way of delivering the story. A lot of it told via cassette tapes that you get after completing missions. But it's very, very nice. It's very pretty, and quite open and kind of free to do what you want as you go around. And that's all I've played, which I don't know. I think I've been punishing myself rather than going out and buying all the games I've missed and playing through all of those, or if I've learnt a lesson from doing this for a year that actually I don't need to go out and buy all the games. I could just sit and play one game, and I have. That's all I've done all month.
Wow.
I am until I've finished it.
Until Fallout 4
until Fallout comes out, then I'll be a changed man and play that for 100 and on hours.
Or Battlefront.
Well, that sounds like a delightful romp. Isn't that right, audience? That's right.
So, well, I'll tell you now. Can I just ask you? Is it it's not your typical Metal Gear Solid game, then, is it?
No. Yes and no. No, in the fact that it's big and open world, so you're not kind of constrained by, not kind of going down corridors as such, but kind of limited to little areas. You've basically got the whole of Afghanistan that you can kind of wander around, and you hit checkpoints, and you can raid the checkpoints and steal the soldiers and grab cassette tapes of 80s music and find rough diamonds.
Stealing picnic baskets?
80s music?
Yeah, there's lots of 80s music.
Cyndi Lauper and stuff like that.
I haven't found any Cyndi Lauper. There's Aha, which was really bizarre because you use your binoculars and they've got a microphone built into them. So as you like a parabolic mic, so as you're looking round, you'll suddenly hear 80s music playing. One of the bases I entered, I could hear Aha, and I kept trying to go around the base to work out where the tape was so that I could actually break into the room. I wasn't even bothered about doing the mission. I just wanted that cassette tape, which is very silly. But it's got the feel of a Metal Gear game, all kind of the stealth idea, but there is the ability to go in and run and gun it. The enemies start to adapt. If you're too stealthy, they'll start to wear body armour and little helmets, so you can't keep taking them out with headshots and dropping them. The AI is pretty clever. They'll go off patrols, they'll spot that the mates have gone down, and they'll go over to investigate. You get further on in the game the ability to call in airstrikes and helicopter support. You can pretty much approach the missions any way you want. There's constraints for certain ones. The story missions have generally five challenges you have to tick off. So one of them will be the main objective, and then the others will be optional ones like rescue prisoners or collect a certain item that's in there. It's really good. It rewards playing stealthy, but it doesn't punish you too much if it does go tits up. It does give you the option to kind of just run and gun and take everyone out. It's very, very smooth. It's very, very pretty and very playable. But I do think maybe I've binged on it too much.
No Vita Love this month, no?
I had a little attempt at trying to beat Anya 6's score on pinball, but couldn't get it to load the score tables up, so I couldn't see what his score was showing on there, so I kind of gave up, and I wasn't doing very well. So I will go back and I will attempt to beat Anya 6's score. I'm not having him having top of a scoreboard on Zen Pinball. None of that.
Cool. And you've been a very good boy then, haven't you?
I have. I've been very dedicated. I wouldn't say I've been a good boy.
But then, you are a father, so you shouldn't even have time to play 100 fucking plus hours of fucking Metal Gear, PPT, PP, whatever you call this shit. Seriously, man. 100 hours that should have been 100 hours spent with your son, bonding with him in the most important time of his life.
There's really not much point bonding with my child when he's in bed at 7 o'clock and doesn't wake up until 7 in the morning.
Well, you should prod him.
12 hours a day to get lots of Metal Gear in.
You should prod him. Wake him up every hour, on the hour, and give him a cuddle and put him back in.
That's the Irish way of doing things. Anyway, so... That sounded like it was a bundle of fun. Colm, what have you been playing this month?
Oh yeah, well I finished some shit this month. Wow, it's a miracle.
Some shit being the key word.
Yep. Never Alone. Great game. Fabulous name. Fabulous game. Thanks, Connor, for the recommendation. And of course, I played it on my son's PS4. Woohoo!
See now, clearing games off the pile of shame you don't have. Of your son's pile of shame.
Is that not kind of like through proxy?
All right. Okay. Well, Resident Evil 4 down the PS3. Yeah, I've played that.
What did you think?
15 years in the making.
Sort of.
Does it live up to the hype of a decade and a half ago?
That's enjoyable, but it isn't scary. Even for
See
me.
your one-word review.
It didn't scare me.
Know how your one-word review? Know how there was a bit of Leon? You should have actually said Ashley, but then I've played the game and finished it, and I kind of like that would have been a funny gag, and everyone went, Ashley. That's really funny. That's really funny. Well done. Go on, give him a round of applause. Well done, mate. That's a really good one-word review. Leon. See, when you said Leon, I thought French assassin movie.
Luc Besson.
Yeah, Leon and Jean Rene. That's what I think about now when I think of
It's
Resident
just
Evil 4
because
is Jean
Ashley
Rene.
kept screaming for the fucker.
Leon, I need your help.
You're meant to say Ashley because she's an annoying pain in the
She's a
arse.
pain in the ass.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was
just
annoying pain in the ass would have been forward, so I couldn't do
well,
it.
that's why you said Ashley, because that would have done the job. You know what I mean? Call a stick, for
rewind.
fuck's sake, you know what I mean?
I'm also still playing Borderlands 2 on the Vita, and my codec moment for this month is Uncharted 3. I'm going to platinum that one because I'm a brave man, and you know I don't like easy anymore. Yeah, right.
Crushing's not actually too hard on that.
Yeah,
Of all of the games,
it's. Excuse me, don't belittle my challenges.
of all of the ones to
Belittle.
do.
Play this on
Excuse me,
crushing.
I do not have enough hot steaming piss in my bladder to fucking piss on it, for fuck's sake. For a high.
And the last game I'm playing is GTA 5, which is driving me bonkers because I just don't like GTA 5, and I just have to finish it.
See, this is where we now play the part you did with.
Again, beat me if I don't.
Again, I hate sticking up for Justin because you know what I mean. He's exciting as chipboard, but he was Batman
Leave
stuff.
my
And you're
friend
like,
Justin alone.
I'm sick of you playing Batman. I'm sick of you playing Batman. Well, we're fucking sick of you playing GTA. Because you know that's what 3 months in a row. I'm sick of hearing about you going on about GTA. You know what I mean? See, when the shoes on the other
24%
foot,
done. 34% done.
fucking hell, mate. You'll be there a while. You know what I mean? I think it's
about
is it probably
40,
55% to complete the whole main story or something. I can't mind. Is
it 60? Nah, I don't think
No,
it's that
it's
much.
It
60.
could be.
it
No,
was
no.
60.
I'm
No?
sure I
don't think
did
it's
it
as
was
much
about
as that.
45%.
Was it not? Okay.
No, because there's all the drug smuggling and manhunt stuff as well,
Yeah.
and the races.
Yeah, well, you know me, I've
and-
probably gone wandering and done some stuff that I shouldn't have bothered to do. So you know, I shot.
Nah,
the
you
cows and
will
smoked
know
some
because it's
dope,
no
you know.
mapped. It's no marked on the map, so you'll know it's there. So you won't actually go to it. That's the thing, you know what I mean? It's no like Assassin's Creed where it puts a big marker and it's like there's something here. It's like Far Cry. There's a box here. It's like there's none of that in GTA. You have to manually go to kid-owned websites to find links to find the fuck that.
Well, there's some little question marks there. I go to them, different colours.
Yeah, they're just random strangers.
It took me a while to cop on which colour matched which character, but there you go. Well, actually, my son had to tell me, you know, so there you go. Slow and old, yeah, that's me, baby. So yeah, that's me, done and dusted. I haven't, and you know, just to reiterate this, I have not played for 100+ hours this month, and I have 2 grown-up children. Okay. So I just want to know, you've got some fucking job, or you've got some wonderful woman that, you know...
What's your problem? Your problem with the man, you know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
He
Needs to get his priorities right.
You're just a bitter old man. How are those lemons? How the fuck are those lemons? Good? Huh? They good?
I love
Bitter. Fucking. Just because I don't have 100 hours to sit in front of the table, that's your fault. That's your fault. You chose the life you live. No us. Fucking hell. You sleep. We don't. We choose. It's up to you. You can sleep if you want, but you can't play games when you're
I
sleeping.
need my sleep.
Well, we all know that. That's been highlighted as well in previous shows. It's that way. So anyway, mini games were played by
That's
yourself.
Me. That's me. Yeah,
Right.
I had a good month.
Right. Well, that
In
just
my
leaves
mind, anyway.
that leaves Muggins here to go into what he's
Oh, yeah.
played. What have I played? Let me see. What's the order of which we do? Started the month off by playing Ultratron, which was it's alright. It's a wee downloadable arcade kind of arena shooter.
The game
In
is gold, was it?
vein, no, it was cheap on gold like last year, fucking November time or something. I've had it for ages, and then I just decided, fuck it, let's get it go. So I went into it, and it just was.
I haven't played Ultron. It was one I should have asked for and didn't.
Yeah.
I think 'cause I had other stuff on the go.
I'm sure Ultron's been on the. Is it no free on gold? Because I've played it up at my. I think it was free on gold because I've played it on the PlayStation 4 before. That's what triggered me. I played it last year at Andy's on the PlayStation 4, and then I was like, oh, I quite like that. And because he said, oh, you might like this, and I was like, all right.
There was an issue with the achievement, wasn't there?
I do not know. I said that in my French voice. No, it was free. I don't know. It was free on the.
Tending to Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, possibly. The high heels are in the closet. But it was good fun. Upgrade your robot. I think there's 100 and there's infinite levels. I'm at 180 in it, but after like 160, it stops saving, like gaining checkpoints. So you just need to get in and just grit your teeth and get on with it. It's all right. It's enjoyable. Also, finally got the chance because my brother bought the DLC and he let me download it on the machine. Blah blah blah. To play Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. It's just mere fucking Assassin's Creed. It doesn't really do fuck all for the story. It was a nice enough concept. I really like the fact that you're freeing slaves, but fundamentally the slaves you're freeing are actually a currency in the game to unlock stuff. So fundamentally you're just as bad as the people who own the plantations because you're just freeing these people so you can use them as a currency yourself to buy stuff. I love that. That's just modern day slavery is excellent. And it was good. The plantations brought something to the party for about 4 settings, and then you realised the actual how to do them really quick. Not so much naval battles, but it was what it was. 100%ed it, got my sink and all that shit in it. Fitting the sink in the kitchen next week, in fact. But it was alright. It ended the Black Flag chapter in my life, so I've now shut that door and forever never returning to it, which was fun. This month as well was a nice wee surprise. Was Castle Crashers Remastered was launched on Gold, and unbeknown to me when it launched, if you own Castle Crashers on the Xbox 360, you got Castle Crashers on the Xbox One for free,
which is nice.
Which is very nice. But it's just the fucking same game. It was just the same. It was really weird because there's one new minigame, but everything in it's identical, to the point where I loaded in my save. You could load in your save so you got all your characters and stuff. I loaded in my save and I had my level 40 odd knight, and I just kind of, me and Andy just messed about in it for a bit and killed a few guys and got a couple of the achievements and stuff, and then it's just a case you're kind of like, it's really nice to have it, but there's no really new content here, you know what I mean? We did it all back in the day. There's no achievements, but it's just the same it's the same 12 achievements you had back then that you get now, so it's kind of like, I suppose I'll get them, but
by remastered though, is it any different?
It's a weird one. It's like, it looks a bit crisper, but it's not even a kind of game you can argue because of the art style. It doesn't really translate into it's not like taking like Gears of War and putting it in HD where you go, I can see an actual difference. Castle Crashers is such a cartoon style. It's kind of like, it's like, it's not even like it's shaded in any way. It's just solid blocks of green and red and blue and stuff, and it's all very. It plays nice and it looks nice and it's nice and crisp and stuff, and I enjoyed it. And like I say, for nothing, I'll take that for nothing. You know what I mean? It was a nice wee bonus game this month. As Dear God was fundamentally still the free game last month, and well, we've already spoke about Dear God, and I'm still in the canon of saying Dear God. My codec momentums for the month to shoot upon columns from an extreme height, where the crew, I finished the crew, which was a bonus objective. I was playing the crew on the back burner through all the month, and I decided, I looked back at show notes and I saw games I'd played that I hadn't finished, in the crew and the other one I'm going to mention were the two that were hanging with the big question marks. So I just went in and mainlined the crew. Wally for the Console Ninjas kind of baited me a bit by going, oh, your guys know this level and I can't use them for faction missions, and I was like, shut up, I'll fucking have them where I need them. So it took me 2 days to get to rank 50 in it. which is the top rank, and then
How many hours did you play?
With the crew, well, 2 days. What's 2 days? 24, say 14, 15, 16 hours maybe.
Wow.
Give or take. And we got it right up there, finished it, did the story mode, got the last achievement, got the last story achievement, should I say. Popped that. I'm happy with it. I've completed it. I didn't date all the side shit and all that. I didn't find all the radar dishes and all that shit. Fucking blah blah blah. Just mainline the story, get it out of the way.
Good.
See what I had to do. It was alright. It was
like
a
your
game
driving games, don't you?
Yeah, but it was like Assassin's Creed.
Not
it was
a
like,
great driving game.
What?
It's not a great driving game, to be fair.
No, it's no, and it was very much.
It is very much Assassin's Creed or Far Cry in a car.
Yeah,
what?
it's like
without the ability to get out of the car.
No, you don't get out of the car. What it is you drive to radar phone masts, and then it unlocks areas. It unlocks like what's in the area for you. But then you can fast travel anywhere on the map where you have been. But if you go to these radar dishes, it expands the area and stuff. And it was all right. It was Troy Baker being Troy Baker. And the story was kind of limp at best and stuff, and I kind of see what they wanted to do, but it never was really going to be what they wanted because it never got the support. And the new DLC's coming, which I don't even know what it's going to do, because it's like adding dune buggies and motorbikes, and it's like a very Forza Horizon feel. There's like a festival in it, and the world's alright, I suppose. It's quaint being able to drive from one side of the States to the other side of the States, but realistically it was alright. You can pick it up for buttons. I think I've seen it for like a tenner now in places, so if you're looking for something to tide you over, probably not, because there's a lot of games coming out and there's a lot of games coming out. So it was okay. It was a Christmas present last year, and I forced myself to finish it, so I'm kind of glad I've done it to say I did it, but at the same time I'm kind of like, it was okay. It was enjoyable, but it wasn't It didn't set my world on fire. Hence why it was a second tier game, which played opposable to the first tier game, which was the initial challenge, the challenge that was set upon my codec call podcast was indeed to finish Alien Isolation, and kicking and screaming and pulling that motherfucker through a fucking airlock, I fucking finished that game.
Yay.
And trust me, I was so angry at that game throughout the presence. There's many a video. The AI and me never got on. We just never ever saw eye to eye. Story wise, I really liked the story. The story was good. I really liked playing it when I wasn't being the against the alien. It's like the game forces you into sections you don't want to do. There's a bit where you go in and it takes all your weapons off you, so you're tooled up at this point with a few guns and stuff and the flamethrower, and you go into this area where they take the guns off you, and you need to then sneak around with no weapons, having been tooled up just previously. Or It's for a special breed of person. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm not that breed of person that it's for. I've yet to click with this whole just be in the area and do nothing kind of survival horror game. I thought Aliens would have did it, but I think because it allows you weapons, that's where the problems arise for me. Because if I've got guns, I will use the guns to the best of my ability to piss off the shitty AI. And it's just like, it is what it is. It was Game of the Year for many people last year, and a lot of folk loved it, and a lot of folk still love it, and a lot of folk will be like, oh, you're talking shit because you like Colonial Marines. Aye, but the difference is I like Colonial Marines because I enjoyed Colonial Marines. Aliens, I played in bits, and the AI just did my nutting because it was like, oh, I'm in a lift. I'm in a 2x4 lift. And the video's amazing because I'm in this lift. These lifts are tiny. You're the only one meant to be in this lift, but I'm in this lift. I hit the button, and then it just spears me in the lift. But there's no room, and then it actually starts glitching through me in the lift, and I'm going, how does that happen? That shouldn't happen, because it should not be able to come into this space because there's not enough room in this space for it to interact with. Hence why it started glitching through me. And then there was other ones where there's one where I'm in an area where it cannot go. It's actual scripted moment, and I go in and press the button, and the minute I press the button, guess what just turns around and puts a spike right through my gut? You're not even allowed in this room. You shouldn't be here. This is a scripted story moment. Please stand outside and take a ticket, because no. And it's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's like I talk to hundreds of people. Hundreds of people? Nah, I don't know 100 people. I talk to a few people, and they all say, "Oh, I couldn't play it. It was dead tense and stuff, and I couldn't handle it and all of that." And then all of a sudden, I'm playing it, and I'm kind of like, I feel no fear at all. I just feel the urge to hit it with my wrench, but obviously that doesn't work because obviously you can't kill it. So, but yeah, Alien Isolation done, dusted, on the shelf, never to be played again. Happy days. So yeah, that was everything I played last month in a nutshell. So mixed bag of finishing off a lot of loose ends, playing stuff that finishes off games as well, DLC wise, and a couple of arcade titles in there as well for good measure. That were great. So that rounds up what we've been playing this month. Mixed bag of shit for everybody. Great. So, we're moving on swiftly on this tour.
My stuff wasn't shit.
Well, 15 years in the making shit. Anyway, so, next stop on the tour, as the driver does point at me, is what we've picked up. Now, this is a delightful.
This is going to be good. This is going to be good. I'm actually going to take a sip of drink at the moment to quench my throat for talking, because I'll be talking for a bit. Give me a moment, Jades. Play some interim music, if you would, something jazz. Right, that's my throat quenched. Ready for this. So, as we know, it was my birthday. As an Irishman once said, it's my birthday and I can do what I want. If I want to shit in cake and clap, I will shit on cake and clap. So I wouldn't waste a good cake.
In the spirit of the Irishman, my birthday was celebrated, all 29 years of it, to its fullest. And as part of my birthday, I was gifted gifts by my loved ones. So, in no particular order, I received...
Oh, this is good.
I received Mad Max on the Xbox One, Forza 6 on the Xbox One, Gears of War Ultimate on the Xbox One, and £25 Xbox Live credit on my birthday. Now, after my birthday, my Boxing Day, if you would, Asda had a massive...
Birthday's not a fucking Boxing Day.
Post-natal birthday.
Yeah, it's your I don't think that's the word.
Post-natal birthday.
Yeah, the Boxing Day to your birthday. Your Boxing Day, not the Boxing Day. Asda had a massive sale, and I mean a massive sale by massive proportions. And as such, my brother was off and I was off.
So whoa! So you're actually going to confess to the rumour that I read in the Scottish Mail that you'd been seen in Asda with your tallywhacker in some pork products?
Excuse me, pork pie.
I
wouldn't disgrace a pork pie like that, lad. Give you a clip round here. No.
Is it just a smear campaign by the Scottish Mail?
It's just it's a hatred thing. It's Colm phoning up and being speculatorial, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one. That's
why I can't pay for €100 plus every month, because I'm phoning.
Because you're phoning the Daily Mail. The day he was on about talking about plastic bags. Do you hear they have to pay 5p for a plastic bag? It's like, how's that? I know this isn't canon. It isn't canon because it's no part of this conversation. But why the fuck are England overreacting? I need to pay 5 pence for a bag. Fuck, we've been doing it for like 2 years, guys.
That's how
we can survive doing it. Shut your fucking hole. It's like, I'm stealing a basket.
15 cent. A fucking plastic bag. And they're not even a plastic bag. It's a fucking lightweight plastic bag. You put a fucking donut in it, the fucking thing will break.
Well, we stole baskets for Tesco's, and then they decided to put security tags on it. So the day on Twitter, somebody was like, haha, who needs a bag? I took the basket, and I was like, yeah, we did that about 2 years ago, mate, and we got security tags on them. What do you want, a cookie? Been there, done it, bought a t-shirt, you know what I mean? Come on, think of something more original. Oh wait, your team's at the rugby.
I just bought a car with a bigger boot so I can fuck all the messages into it.
You just drive through the shop. Anyway, so talking of supermarkets, back on track. Asda had a horrific, I don't know if that was the word, or prolific, actually, is the word, sale. My brother asked me if I could drum down to Asda, and he went into Asda, and for 50 of your British pounds, he fucking won a watch, because he drew first blood on the sale, and he walked out with the MotoGP 2015, Lego, Jurassic World, The Witcher free, and 2 copies of Mortal Kombat X. Having known a particular
I don't give a
person,
shit about that game.
well, having known a particular person wants Mortal Kombat X, so he gifted me a copy of Mortal Kombat X the day after my birthday and said, "There you go." And the funny thing was, I took a picture and I went, "Oh look, these are awesome." And then people were going to me, "Oh, you've been spending your money and stuff," and I'm going, but why the fuck would I buy a 250-hour RPG when the fucking Dragon Age has done my tits in last month? Like, I don't want to get near an RPG ever again. And you're saying I'm cheating by fucking buying a 250-hour RPG?
But didn't I see a picture of The Witcher in your hand, or your brother's hand?
Yeah, that's my brother, because I took the picture, because at that point there was very
Is that not
much
an Xbox One box?
Yeah, it's all Xbox One games, yeah, because he's got an Xbox
But your
One
brother
as well,
has a PS4.
and an Xbox One.
Oh,
Yeah,
excuse me. Oh,
Yeah, I
he's
know.
the spoiled. He's the spoiled boy, is he? He's
Yeah,
the golden boy.
the
And you're
the
just-
the PlayStation lives here, but the Xbox lives its girlfriends.
Ah,
So yeah, figure that one out. Yeah, so PlayStation 4's through the wall for me, but then the other Xbox is away in a place called Carlock, which users are going, Carlock? Where the fuck's Carlock? It's down the Garrion Brig. Anyway,
Isn't it
so
what you have on bread?
bit of local knowledge for you. So what?
What you have on bread?
Is that what you put in bread? That's butter you put on bread?
Yeah, with butter. Garlic butter on bread.
Aye, what? Garrion Brig?
It sounds like garlic.
It's a bridge. It's the bridge that goes over the Garrion. Garlic bread. I'm confused as fuck. Anyway, so he drew First Blood, and to make life easy, because at that point a lot of people were trying to verify if the deal was real,
aye.
because
They
it was a really good deal. So I went on to Thingy Me Bob UK deals, which I get banned for, which I don't understand why I get banned, but I get banned. And we put up a few pictures and stuff, and I thought he did really well, only to discover the next day they were doing PlayStation 4s for £200. It's not a bad price for it, you know what I mean?
Not at all.
And they were also doing Xbox Ones for £200 as well. And
What's the average price of a PS4 in England?
£350 maybe.
Really?
Yeah, but
Is it?
Yeah, about
That's
300.
Depends if it's a bundle.
300
Depends
for a base unit.
Argus were
Yeah.
doing fucking the Destiny King Special Edition for €329.
That's not bad.
Euros.
It's not bad at all, actually, thinking about it.
Yeah, it's not bad at
I
all.
was I jaunted into Asda the other day there to pick up a few things, and I noticed they had a few other things out in sale. It must be. It was weird. This sale went on forever, but they had a Vita for $120, and I was kind of like, that's
a
really
good
cheap
deal.
for a Vita. Yeah, that's really cheap for a Vita. The only problem was my brother had bought a Vita last month, so because his birthday's this month, and I was kind of like, I would have bought my Vita. I would have bought him that Vita, but they also had 2 DSs for $60 as well, which
That's not bad for a 2DS either.
if you've got kids, it's alright, but it's not really ideal for other.
If you've
other
got a
than
door
home
that
play.
needs wedging open, they're perfectly shaped.
That's true. That is true. That is true. But yeah, so Asda had a fire sale of biblical proportions, and I scored Mortal Kombat X with it.
And I went to have a look for them, and they didn't have Colm. It was all full price. I was most annoyed. I went and had a price check done on stuff, and nope, all full price. Most annoyed.
Yeah, but apparently it was a area by it was really strange, but it was like area by area the sale went.
Yeah.
So like the sale went live in one area, and then it moved on to the next area, and then it moved on to the next area. But this was over the space of like 4
Yeah.
days.
Like
So,
a flash sale.
Kinda, but instead of being instantaneously,
It's more
across
like
the
a
network,
Mexican
bang.
wave sale.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't even think it reached certain parts of the world, but yeah, I know like Govan, because a lot of guys on Post a Bargain were putting up, they got good deals in Govan. But for what I understand, to get The
Govan?
Witcher, Govan,
Where's Govan?
Govan's a suburb of Glasgow.
Alright,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, Govan.
Govan.
It's where they build ships.
Alright.
You might have heard of them. It's down the Clyde side. Anyway,
The Clyde side, yeah.
you're just speculating. You're just saying words back at me. But I think to get The Witcher in Lego Jurassic World for a tenner was a steal.
Yeah, completely.
Wow, yeah, that was good. Yeah.
That's crazy, real good deal. So, yeah, he did well. I did well. I got my Mortal Kombat X, and I've been.
What's the average price of the a new game? £50, is it?
Well, we priced up what he bought for 50. We priced up at about £350 worth of stuff.
That's great. Yeah.
And then we went and checked CX to see what his trade-in was, and for his £50, he would have got about £145 back. Yeah, a good day was had by him.
He should have bought 2 copies of each of them, sold them, and he'd have profited. And he'd have still got the games.
Well, but the thing was, we did try to get certain things, but the problem was the Mortal Kombat, it was actually a display version they had. So it was like the case that was on the because it's a local Asda, it's not a mega Asda. That's kind of why I think the deal was so well struck there. Is it's too far out. It's a wee pokey place out the way, kind of Asda. They just
needed the space, didn't they? They were just shelf clearing.
That's apparently it was all done because there's a new version of the Xbox One and the PlayStation coming out for Christmas. Apparently, I don't know. Apparently, there's a newer, updated fucking chip in it. Like they did the Jasper years ago. Jasper was a great chip.
There is a C chassis model coming out for the PS4 already.
Yeah, there is.
So
it's already out. Actually,
it hasn't got the glossy finish on the left-hand side like the first one has. And it's 10% quieter, but it's supposed to be like
25% more power efficient as well.
And it's got buttons on the front.
Yeah.
Instead of the...
Somebody's been reading the Argos catalogue when they were doing a shit, hasn't he? He's been sitting doing a shit, squeezing one out, reading about the specs. That's fucking sad, mate. But I heard it was because I heard they were getting rid of old stock for the new Christmas stock coming, which doesn't make sense because the games aren't affected by this.
It's still the same, yeah.
Hardware, fair dues, but software, take it.
Very odd.
And as a final surprise,
have you played it yet?
Mortal Kombat X, yes.
Is it good?
Because Andy's got it, so we've been fighting online. Yes, but possibly gonna need to buy a new pad because my COD pad's a bit creaky, so I might need to find a pad that I'm not afraid to go schizo on fighting. So,
can you not get a fight stick?
I've got a fight stick from a 360. I'm not paying £180 for a fight stick. There is, however, a Mortal Kombat fighting pad, which is £17 in game just now, if you can find it. So, but it's built especially for Mortal Kombat. So, if I ever see one of them in a travels, I might pick one up just because it's built for a fighting game and it saves me destroying a normal pad. Because it doesn't have sticks. It's actually like a Mega Drive pad. It's got a D-pad and it doesn't have any analog sticks. And that's the problem when you're playing it. I'm always scared my analog sticks are going to do that twist and then you're going to start drifting. And it's the joys of fighting games, isn't it? But yeah. Other than that, the only other thing I got was the King of the Potatoes. The King of the Potatoes! Which we'll no doubt mention later on, gifted me with the rare replay. He went, here's a pot of gold. Oh wait, it's the rare replay. Oh, thank you very much. And I was like, I have no potatoes for you, sir, but I can give you a good old turnip. And he's like, no, I'm the Potato King. I wear gingham dresses. And that's how we roll.
People actually ask me when at the party, did you actually bring over your potatoes?
and you went, yes, I've got them in the bath.
I said, no, they got confiscated at the airport.
No illegal fruits or vegetables allowed in this place, son. No chance. So yeah, I was gifted the rare replay as a birthday present as well. So all in all, it was a joyful birthday. Yay!
Imagine what you're going to get for your 30th.
Christ, who knows? Who knows? Good times will come, but good times will be here. Brilliant. But yeah, Christmas is coming, by the way.
I know. I'm sorry.
So I bolstered
that evil. Sorry.
Hey, you can be the anti-Santa all you want in Ireland. You're in Ireland and I'm here. Anyway, so yeah, I bolstered the ranks of my gaming catalogue. So next month, expect me to talk about stuff like Mad Max and Forza and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, cool. It looks good.
So, Connor, as you are a free soul, as you do not have any shackles upon your arms and limbs.
Fuck, I didn't see this list. Holy shit.
pick up in your
You're not a
first
changed
month,
man at all, you little schmuck.
in your first month of freedom?
Well,
what have you picked up?
well.
Regale us.
Batman.
First month. It's not even a month yet.
Batman Arkham Knight, Far Cry 4, Alien Isolation, Volume, Until Dawn, Tearaway Unfolded, Uncharted Collection are all games I haven't bought. I haven't bought out. Nothing. Not a fucking sausage. Because I thought it was pointless. I've already put 100 hours into Metal Gear. I felt I was nowhere near the end of it. No bloody point in spending any money on any more games. So I bought out. Nothing. But those are games I will buy at some point.
Wow.
But I do like the fact that Colin thought I'd actually bought all those games. That was worth typing all of those.
Classic.
Purely, yeah. To be fair, that pretty much was my shopping list for Asda. I went up to the checkout with a big stack of games and she went, "Are the prices not over there?" I went, "Yeah, but they're supposedly coming up wrong. Scan them for me. 40 quid, 40 quid, 39, 47, 40 quid. Nope, I don't want any of them. Keep them." Walked out. So, no, they were out.
I'll just put them back on the shelf. Sorry for wasting your time.
So, yeah, so I haven't bought any. Excellent. I've been tempted, but I haven't bought any.
Well,
Wow.
you're
Very
doing
good.
well.
Fair play to
I've
you.
also had no fucking money because kids started childcare now. So all my free money is gone. There is no disposable income.
This is what you need to balance, but this is your 100 hours of gaming, childcare, 100 hours of gaming, childcare.
Well, that's it.
Well, you know.
I think this is what I need next is The Witcher 3 because that might see me through until January.
God. If I'm honest, I think if you're into RPGs, it's an amazing thing because you can pick it up for £40 because you're suckers, but you can pick it up and you can sink as much or as little time into that as you like. I just don't see it as a fucking point for me because I just can't handle. Dragon Age killed that. Maybe I know even at the start of the year when I went to the Witcher event, I was like, "Oh, I was at the Witcher event. It was great. I really liked it. I really fancy playing it." But now I'm kind of like, I don't want to get near that thing, man, because I ain't never going to experience a quarter of what it's offering, you know what I mean? Because I just don't want to sit and go through all the mundane shite. Anyway, that's enough of me moaning about The Witcher and how I don't want to play it. Colm, what have you picked up this month, young man? Mere sit on my knee. Mere sit on my knee, son. Come on, tell me, what have you picked up this month?
Well, I didn't go out on my way to pick up anything but a kind young Scotsman.
That's how I. I've never
gifted
heard
me-
of such a thing.
Gifted me a Yoshi amiibo. And just out of the kindness of his heart, and I think his conscience got the better of him because he made me burn my other Yoshi. And basically, it's not the same Yoshi. I just want to say that now.
I know it's not the same Yoshi. It's the Mario Party 6.
I'd have been really fucking impressed if managed to give you the same Yoshi you'd Ben. Now that would have been a skill and a half. To unmelt your Yoshi.
Yeah, well, that's still in my drawer. The new Yoshi amiibo is on my bedside locker, and I give it a good night kiss every night and say, "Good night, Stu. Good night, Stu."
Right, I think we should have a vote, kids. Are we going to burn this?
You can't burn your own Yoshi. It's against the rules.
Anybody can burn their own Yoshi. It's been proven in history.
That was a lovely gift. I was lucky to get it out of the party alive, by the way. For the amount of
Yeah, I
threats-
was going to say there
threats
was
from
many
Willie and a few others in the party were threatening to.
Yeah, I saw a
curb
lighter
stamp it or
getting
something. Yeah,
kind of. I could smell
So, yeah.
burning.
yeah, it was great. Yeah,
Well, there you go.
thank you.
It's all grand.
Yes, it
So-
was lovely.
Moving on to my personal favourite section in this whole podcast, because you know what section it is.
Missing you.
You fucking stole my thunder.
Sorry, I promised you.
Colm, you're not hosting. Get back in your
No
box.
matter what my friends say, just remember, no matter what my friends say, I ain't missing you at all. Missing you since you've been gone away. I ain't missing you. Anyway, so yeah, what have we been missing this month? And as I'm first on the list, I have been missing. It's a bit of double-edged, this one, but I've been missing Eurogamer. And you'll go yourself, what? How's he missing Eurogamer? I suppose we'll cover this later on in the podcast because we could sit here for hours and get teary-eyed with a violin. But I'll probably save my explanation of why I'm missing it to then. But I just miss it, like full-heartedly miss it. It's a sad time. I would play the sad music for the Hulk. The sad music, that is.
Okay.
Not the intro. As, just saying, don't play the intro to the Hulk. Don't play this. Somebody play the Hulk music. Intro. It's not the intro, mate. We need the sad at the end as he walks away with his wee bag on his back, going to the next town.
I was thinking,
or you can play the Littlest Hobo. Take your pick. But yeah, yeah.
You're not old enough to remember the Hulk from TV show, no?
Yeah, I know the tunes.
I know, yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't be old enough to remember it.
What I remember and what I don't are many things. So
Starsky and
all I do know that I remember is I'm missing Eurogamer. So there we go. Anyway, swiftly moving on. Colm, what are you missing?
Hold on, I have to check my notes. I'm missing the party from the Eurogamer and the crack. It's great crack, yeah, great crack. It was nice. It was so nice to see everybody. I got a little excited at times, but you know me, the voice was raised a little. And
I actually thought somebody was just squeezing your balls. You're a woman. I mean, you're a man. As Sheridan was once cupped by the president.
I really enjoyed it. Great crack, yeah. It's lovely. I'll be back there again next year. That's all I'm missing.
Connor, what have you been missing? As you don't really have anything to miss at any real point in time. But
Well, I'd missing Eurogamer because I could see everyone was off having fun. I think missing Eurogamer. Just missing the fact that you lot were all there and all getting to meet up and stuff, and I was a bit like, oh, I'm stuck here, I'm not there. So yeah, missing that. And
how you spent 100 hours on MGS.
That's it. It's depression from missing you lot. So I decided to just plough myself into developing Mother Base. And there's lovely deals from Asda. I'm missing them actually being where I was. So that was a bit frustrating. Other than that, no. I've got nothing to miss. I don't need to miss anything if I want it. I can go off and buy it, which I can't because I can't afford it.
That's it.
So, no. I'm not missing out.
That's the double-edged blade itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Well, that was short and sweet. For a change. Usually it goes on for months and hours and stuff. So, hey ho. No missing anything. Good times. So, thoughts and feelings. What have we been thinking? What have we been feeling? Colm. Colm, this is Helsinki. Helsinki calling Colm. Can we have your votes, please, for this year's Eurovision?
Bring it on. I won't say bitches, but I just did. Bring on January 2016. No more attempted YoSs for me because I have just had enough. I am done and dusted with this YoS crap. I want out. That's me. Thanks very much.
Is this just going to be the war? Is this going to be the war cry to the end of the year now? But is this going to be like every time? I think that's the third time you've used that as a thoughts and feelings. I think you're copying.
I must check.
It's just copy and pasting it now. It's
Yeah,
not even bothering typing it.
With your thoughts and feelings because you're not actually opening up to us. You know what I mean? The whole point is we're meant to. That's what it is. He just doesn't.
Excuse me.
Doesn't clear that section. You need to own up to us. If you don't own up to us, we can't help you with your problem. That's the whole point of us being here. We're here to be there.
I don't want to be helped.
Talk.
We can't help you if you don't want to be helped, Colin.
The first problem is admitting you have the problem.
A man has to admit he needs help before he wants it.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying.
That's why we're on year 2.
I'm leaving that hanging there, man. yeah. Basically, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I just want Christmas to come now.
Okay.
How old are you? 10?
Mentally 6. Stuart will tell you that.
Yeah, he's but we'll cover that later as well. It's very much
we're covering a lot later.
Humdinger. It's going to be a good section, trust me. So yeah, Connor, what are your thoughts and feelings in the free world? Rocking in the free world.
Can I just make a note here? Connor,
can you make a note? Feel free.
Can I say a note, please? Say something.
Do what you want.
Just basically, Connor is the only one that's not actually doing this challenge, but so far he's done better than the two of us this month.
It's my birthday. As we were regarded last month by an Irishman saying it. So you're not allowed to. You know what I mean? It's like I've had many a good month. You know what I mean? Really, it was only March. March was the questionable one because you all thought I did that thing, which then you get shot down for at Eurogamer. And then this month because it's my birthday. So there you go.
You're allowed your birthday.
I'm pretty sure I am. I just checked.
Yeah. And if you want to get into Father's Day, you just dip your wick, and you're.
Nah, we're by that now. It's Christmas and then we're out. So.
All right, grand.
Yeah, you know I mean, so anyway, back to Connor. What are you? Thoughts and feelings?
Sorry for stealing.
Believe me,
yeah,
Father's
you fucking
Day
back in your chair.
isn't worth it. Just for one day, it's not worth it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Stu. Keep it tucked in your pants.
But what about the Father's Day Boxing Day?
Father's Day Boxing
That's the
Day.
question. But what about the Father's Day Boxing Day?
Says the man who spent 100 hours plus on MGS5 when he's supposed to be bonding with his
You've really
son.
got issue with this, haven't you? You've got serious issue with this, haven't you? I bet you, right, this is no shit word of a lie, I bet you phoned the fucking social. I bet you've got the social on the phone now, and you're telling them where he lives. You're that kind of guy. You're just so hung up on him playing Metal Gear Solid, you've got the social. Here you know what I mean? This guy's playing Metal Gear Solid and not looking after his boy. It's like, what? It's like... Fucking his boy thinks his dad's Hal Emirate. You know what I mean?
He should have done the YoS challenge next year because his son is now going into daycare.
Care? Oh fucking hell! What have you done,
Daycare.
Colm? I'm a bit scared now.
I didn't think it was that easy to get the social to take away, man.
Yes, this is a horrible way to find out, Colm.
Child's care, or whatever you call it.
Nursery.
Daycare. Daycare is what the word is, but you can call it childcare or.
So it's going to cost him a fortune, so he's not going to be able to afford to buy any games now. So he's fecked. He might as well do the next year or YoS 3, 4, or whatever.
He's been inducted into a mental institution, possibly. I don't know. Fucking hell. That actually went off in directions I never thought it could go. You never fail, mate. You never fail. That's like, it's terrifying.
I know. So I'm sorry, Connor. That's, no disrespect.
That's
to you,
seriously scary. Thanks,
but
Colm.
you still need to spend more time with him. That's all I'm saying. You'll thank me in the long
As
run.
I've previously pointed
It's
out.
like he never. It's the fact he never mentions your wife. It's like it's just you and your son. Your wife's dead. We put the wife in the back.
That poor woman is suffering in silence.
Oh, how do you know? You never mention her.
No, because she never mentions her either. So what's she's obviously a nice, quiet person.
You want her to mention you in passing, like, oh, I was doing the bus today getting a pun of mince for the butcher, and I was like, oh, that Colm, he's a lovely guy, isn't he? Oh, I mean, you keep mentioning Colm, hen, he's some guy, isn't he? What a guy! Jesus Christ, man.
Okay, sorry, I'm out of beer now, so I can't be
That
responsible
thimble,
for anything.
that thimble of ale has not ailed you well this evening, my friend.
No. Anyway, sorry, Connor. I do apologise. But you know what I meant anyway.
Yeah, I'm a bit terrified now that my child's going into care.
No.
My thoughts and feelings had been quite relieved about the fact that I'm no longer running YoS, and I found out from an Irishman that my child's going into fucking care. What the fuck?
No.
Oh, I've gone from relaxed to fucking terrified. Thanks for that, Colm.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You didn't know coming back to do this cast would involve your child getting into care.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. It's
You know
pretty
what I
severe,
mean.
that.
I'm sorry.
I do know what you mean.
Escalated extremely.
But basically, it's been kind of nice to not have the pressure of kind of going, oh, I need to clear stuff off my pile of shame. I have just basically mainlined Metal Gear, and
Shut that door.
unapologetically.
Connor's
Um,
Connor's mainline Metal Gear Solid 5. He's 100 plus hours.
I'm just concerned, are you taking notes to pass on to the social now? So you just checking what I'm saying just so you can pass this information on?
I'm just no.
Taking
The social
a piss.
just walked into his
You're
kitchen,
just
didn't they?
taking a
They just
piss
walked
whilst
in
I'm
there.
talking
How you
about
doing,
my
Colin?
thoughts and feelings.
Sorry. Continue, please.
Thanks. Just shake it off
That's
and wash your
your
hands, Colm.
I know. This is like a zoo this month, isn't it?
I'm sorry. I apologise.
Is that the social been sent on their way? They're away to the social boat to get to. Call. Connor, as quick as they can.
Sandra says to me, shut your mouth until you know what you're talking about. And I do say, well, I'd never open it if I did that.
And then you phoned the social on her. The social are sick of you phoning them.
I have a special line to the social.
Every trip in turn, everybody gets a social phone.
Alright, who's going to speak to Mr. Sheridan now? He's on the phone again.
Don't pick it up, man.
Oh, God. Is it my turn, really? It's people drawing lots.
Don't touch that phone, man. It's not worth it.
They do a potato tombola to be able to work out who's the lucky person to speak to you next.
It's actually just a con. It's just Justin who's phoning in.
Stop talking then. Yeah.
Oh dear. So is that everybody's thoughts and feelings out the way in that most horrific of manners?
Sorry.
You keep saying
maybe that's
sorry.
why Matt's not coming here, because he just wouldn't want to be embarrassed by me.
I think it's a case of you phone. I think you'll find you phoned the social on Matt, and that's why Matt's not coming.
Do you not have any thoughts and feelings, Stuart? Because this would be a
I had my thoughts and feelings. I did say because I did have thoughts and feelings.
Oh, did you?
No, I've not had any thoughts and feelings. Sorry, yeah.
You didn't.
Sorry,
you didn't write them in the notes.
No, because I was trying to think of ones, but this just totally high-sided me in the most horrific of manners.
Sorry.
My thoughts and feelings. I feel, I don't know. I feel, having finished the 2 games that were on my backlog now, I feel, other than my boost to my 360, what the fuck you talking about? My Xbox One collection, I feel like I've almost maxed out on my Xbox One games, which is a bit worrying. But okay, I get the boost. But yeah, I think I've done I've played every main story campaign in every Xbox One game I own, apart from Metro Last Light and Assassin's Creed Unity. And no including Dragon Age, because Dragon Age I'm halfway through, so see what you want of that. So I'm kind of glad with the wee boost of games to my collection, but I'll burn through them no doubt in no time. But yeah, might actually start looking at the time machine and going back to the 360, maybe. If things get desperate, maybe.
Well, anyway, you're living the dream then, basically, because I could spend the next 10 years playing a YoS and not get through my YoS challenge.
Yeah, that's because I play the YoS to play my games, to get my gamer score and stuff and to enjoy them, whereas you just turn up to podcast and phone the social.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story for this month, lads.
That is indeed. Is Connor still there, or has Connor fell for a whole time?
Yeah, I'm still here.
He's still knocking on the door.
You went eerily quiet.
No, I was just listening to you.
Anyway, so
yeah, I'm just going to enjoy listening to you three start to fly over the next 3 months. That's my major feelings is, it's going to be funny. Just sit here and gloat.
That's not really an evil laugh, is it? You want to go, or something.
That is just a little bit rapey.
I'm sorry. So is that So that's my thoughts and feelings anyway.
Right, that's it. We're all
thoughts and
filled.
feelings out.
Right, so it's at this point I will hand over the chalice of power to Connor as we roll into the Yoshi section, because I believe Connor is going to start Yoshiing us up. Perhaps he'll be talking like a 50s DJ, or possibly like a normal person. Either way, it'll be entertaining. So, Connor, over to you.
So yeah, Year of Shame host interrogation. So let's start with you, Colm. Seeing as we're going for an EGX themed. Oh, Colm, as an EGX virgin, how did your cherry popping go?
Firstly, I'm sorry. What do you mean by cherry popping?
As it was your first time, dear. Were the people of Birmingham gentle? Did they provide enough lubrication? And was it a pleasant experience afterwards? By lubrication, I mean alcohol, in case people are thinking maybe someone lubed him up. Which maybe someone did lube you up, Colm, and you want to tell us about that.
It was amazing.
Any more than that?
It was just everything I ever wanted. And more. It was wonderful. It was lovely.
In what respect? Come on, tell me.
Well, it's just meeting everybody, and I mean, in all certain circumstances, they were a room full of strangers, really, because apart from Stuart and
I took a knife because I was ready to stab you. That's me being honest. You know what I mean?
In fairness, now Stuart came over when I came into the room and gave me a big hug. And fair play to him.
Excuse me.
He ran over.
I just came out and said hello, and you were like, "Oh," and I was like, "Okay, I suppose here we go. That's it. That's how we roll, I suppose."
So yes, it was great. It was great, but it was like being in a room full of
people,
good mates, and people that love the games and talking, gaming, and drinking, and happily singing songs very badly, of course. And well, I can only say very badly for myself because Stuart's a bit of a Casanova. And yeah, it was great. It was great. I'll be back there next year, man. You better be there, Stuart. You better be there, Connor.
Well, we'll come to that a bit later on, maybe.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, it was great. It was great. It was really good, and really enjoyed it.
Good, Stu.
Yes.
On to you. Having moved closer to your home now, how do you think EGX compared to previous years based down in London?
By a mere 100 miles closer to my home. So instead of
it's
being
still 100 miles closer.
Yeah, I was going to say, so instead of being 380 miles, we're 280 miles. Different show this year.
It's a third of the distance off.
Yeah, I suppose.
Quarter of the distance off.
It's better. It's better. Different feeling show this year. It was weird. It didn't really click to the Friday night for me. London's always been a very, I don't want to say the word cosy, but it's always been very, the community's always been in each other's pockets, if you would. Everybody stayed in certain hotels, and there was the way it was they had the court, and then you had the pub where everybody met up, and there was loads of eateries, and you weren't 100 miles away from each other at any given time. Whereas this time in Birmingham, we drove down, so we stayed outside of Birmingham and Shelby, which is about 7 miles for the NEC, 5 miles for the centre of Edinburgh. Yeah, 5 miles for the centre of Edinburgh. No, 5 miles for the centre of Birmingham. And a lot of people stayed in the centre of Birmingham. So we were a wee bit away for the nightlife and the party, because I love a party with an atmosphere. And it was a case of, it was nice because after the day had been done, we could go back and relax sort of thing and get ready for the next day. As for the show, a lot of strong points. It's a bigger place for a start. I felt like there was more this year than there was in past years there, but that's an issue in itself, which I'll cover later. Queues were horrific as well, but that's linked to the issue I'll cover later. The holding pen to let us in was a lot better. Instead of being in the deep dark rapey dungeon, Else Court, because Else Court had a tunnel system under it, that's where they always used to queue us up to make it look as if there wasn't a massive queue, or there was a massive queue. We were underground. There's now a big hall, and they just pen us in like cattle, ready for the slaughter, which is quite nice. And it's airy and stuff. But yeah, I definitely think it's a move for the better than having it in, say, the XL in London. Monetary wise, it was only a quarter of what it would normally cost for a Eurogamer. And that's for the whole thing, for travel and food and sleep and toys and t-shirts and whatever. I was blown away because I think hotel was like £190 for 4 nights, compared to usually or £700, £800 for a London hotel for the same. So that kind of puts it in context. £40 of petrol in the tank to drive instead of £80, £90 for a train ticket. You know what I mean? So you start to realise it's a better place. Even way having to buy parking and stuff, it's still coming out on top, you know. So yeah, I really enjoyed Birmingham, and I hope if it's smart, it'll stay there now, because it allows it to have the ability to expand when expansion comes, if you know what I mean. Because they just hire, instead of 3 halls, they'll do 4 halls or 5 halls or whatever. So yeah, I really enjoyed the actual venue itself. So yeah, gets my vote.
Cool, that's really good. This one's for both of you. Do you have any specific picks from the event that you sourced? Colm, do you want to go first? Was there out you got your hands on that you really enjoyed and kind of really want to get your hands on when it's released, or anything?
He only did the Sunday, but he it's a bit. I'll be honest, you don't experience it unless you do all 4, maybe in brackets 3 days. It's all about being able to. You just gone on the Sunday, you didn't get the whole flavour. You just go. You should have went the Saturday and the Sunday. I'll be honest, you should have went Saturday and Sunday.
Well, I went to Cadbury's World on Saturday.
What a bunch of wank. You know what I mean? It's like, there's 365 days of the year, right? 4 of these days, Eurogamer exists. For 4 of these days, the best thing in the UK for the us as people exists. And you'd rather go and stuff your hole with fucking chocolate than be with your people in the pub there, or in the hall, or in
my
the
people in the pub.
No, but you know what I mean? It's like, I cherish...
Next year.
See, we'll talk about that later, but I cherish every minute.
I'm not prepared to fucking stand in line.
But you don't need to stand in the line. Example, this year, my compadre, my compadre on Console Ninjas, Jay Stokes, he went, stood in the pub the first 2 days. Just went to the Atrium pub and sat in the pub and had a pint with all the guys, and there was a constant flow of people, and we went in and saw him and stuff, and all he did was sit in the pub and drink. He was still closer to Eurogamer than anything else, and he still got the enjoyment of meeting the people and stuff. It's all about the atmosphere. Like I say, I love a party with an atmosphere. That's what it's about, Eurogamer. It's about being there and being with your people.
Can I just ask, the Atrium pub, is that part of the EGX complex? Is that part of the NEC? So you basically paid money to go and sit in a pub for 2 days? Why? I can understand the idea of the social aspect of it, but... that's just bizarre.
I argued with him. I said, look, by the way, you could have bought a ticket for Saturday and Sunday. Come down Thursday, sat in the pub Thursday, Friday. Nobody's going to say, what you doing in here? Because you're in there buying drink, right? Could have drank his drink and then went away and come back and then went in Saturday and Sunday. Whereas he bought the tickets for the Friday and that, and he never went in. And I'm like, that's madness. But and then you think to yourself, well, that's somebody who wanted in, who can't get in, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, that's what he did, and that's how it usually rolls. And I know a few other guys that did that, and that's fair dues, because a lot of people don't go for the event, they go for the social stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to queue and don't want to this and don't want to that, and I totally understand that. But at the same time, for me, I need to be in there every second, every minute, because like I say, there's 365 days in a year, only 4 of the days are Eurogamer, you know what I mean? I'm like a fucking junkie wanting a hit. It's amazing. It's the 4 days of the year where I'm at my happiest, and I'll no shit you that, and that's why. That
doesn't answer my question for Colm though. So, what was there anything you did eventually queue to play Colm that was worth the queue, or
what did you actually do? Because I missed him. See, this thing, because he was on the Sunday, we left at about 2:00 on the Sunday, so I totally missed you and Justin. Which was the kind of gutting.
I soaked up the atmosphere, and you see, really, where I went over for was to see everybody.
You went to see that Casey Amiibos. Don't lie.
I just loved every minute of it, and yeah, I probably will go next year. I'll probably go for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if I can get the time off, because I'm full time now.
Well, that's why when they put your holidays in, you take that week off. That's what I do. The minute holidays are available, Eurogamer fortnight off instantly. Every year for the last 6 years, every year that fortnight off, because at the end of the day, you'd rather have it off, so you're free to be there, and then something happens you can't go, or it'd be horrible if you were able to go but you didn't have the time off. So the minute the holidays are open, guys, get them in, and then you're free to be. And then even like I say, you can go down for the weekend, you can go down for the 4 days or whatever. Just be there. That's all that matters. As long as you're there, that's all that matters. But as Connor asked, picks of the show. Are you done your picks of the show, or did I get my chance? Or? Yeah.
I just maybe enjoyed the atmosphere and the crack.
You love a party with an atmosphere.
Yeah. So yes, it's very disappointing, I know, for you lads, but I enjoyed myself. So
no, I think that's good. I think if your pick is going off and meeting people, that's completely valid. What about you, Stu? Do you have any games? Because you were there for the 4 days, so you must have had a good chance to play pretty much everything, including getting a plastic 3D headset on.
Oh, did you do the VR?
Yeah, I did.
You never told me.
Yeah, I did tell you were steaming. Yeah, I got to play with Morpheus. Yes, Morpheus. I'm not calling it the other name because it'll forever be Morpheus until I see it in shops. Picks of the show. I could give you my game of the year. My game of the show was The Division, which was amazing. I knew it was going to be good. I just didn't know it was going to be that good. Well worth the 2-hour wait. But I loved that.
And what, 6 months worth of delays?
Yeah, but that still doesn't make that queue go any faster for you. Trust me. Just Cause 3 was good. I enjoyed.
So was it playable? Was it running on proper machines, or was it running on PCs?
The Division was flagging, if we know what I mean. I think after every game it took a 9-minute reboot cycle for it to boot itself back up. It wasn't in the best of health at the show, which was a bit worrying, but when it worked and it was fucking fun. I can see me losing hours to that game. Andy wants it and I want it, so we just need another person to play it with. The teams are free, the multiplayer, and it's really nice. And it was the whole agent v agent. What it was we were tasked with getting a vial and taking it to an extraction and getting it extracted. But at the same time, another 3 teams as well as AI were in the area. And God love her, I was playing it with my girlfriend who just isn't a shooter. She just is not into that stuff, man. She isn't a gamer. She enjoys the social side, I think. And we were playing with a PR rep, because the funny thing was I came in and they went, we need another one for your team. And I went, don't worry, I'll do it myself. Don't you worry. I know my way around a shooter. And he's like, are you sure? We can't have you just playing it yourself. I went, don't worry, I've got it. So lo and behold, we get in and it was like, it was long story short, I got the point to the flag and had the chopper, got it on the chopper, and I died with 2 seconds to get it to extract. And even the guys in there were saying, holy shit, you shouldn't have been able to do that yourself. Because the 3 teams were fighting you as well as AIs, but you held all them off. And I kind of cheated because I hijacked my girlfriend's controller to give me grenade support and drop turrets and stuff. But I loved it, man. And that's I'll forever have that feeling when I think of the Division. And then that's going to fuel me now to the Division's launched. I'll just think, that one man did all that, I'll be able to do that myself, but with my mates. So if I'm that good myself, how good am I going to be with them? It's going to be amazing. So yeah, that was a total highlight. Yeah. Star Wars Battlefront co-op I got to play. A bit random, I know, because they had the actual real version there, but the co-op was enjoyable as well. Yeah. Kind of horde style wave stuff on the PlayStation 4. Very strong PlayStation 4 presence this year, actually. Most things were on the PlayStation 4, which was a bit kind of interesting, because a lot of people said they want it to look its best, so that's why it was on the PlayStation 4, but I don't know. But yeah, I really liked Star Wars. I can see it. Well, the beta launches on Thursday, which dates this podcast, obviously, because this could come out in 6 months' time, but this Thursday coming, the beta's released, which softens the blow for not playing the multiplayer, because the multiplayer had the queue of the show, and you were talking 4.5 hours to wait to get into to play it. That was an issue in itself, which we'll talk about later. And I think they need to rectify these issues big time to make it a great show. It's a good show. Queues were horrible, but it could have made it a great show if they would have just did 1 or 2 wee things. What else did I play that was a pretty amazing? Halo. Fucking Halo. I fucking love Halo. Halo was brilliant. Really enjoyed playing Halo. Happy as Larry playing it. Cuphead is a kind of twin stick shooter cartoon, like Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie style. It's very artised. You'll have seen it if you've seen any Xbox indie trailers and stuff.
Looks lovely.
Beautiful game, hard as nails, but yeah, brilliant, really, really good. Just reinforced the fact that I want it when it comes out. If it comes out, when it comes out, who knows. I also got to play the Elite controller, which I fucking want one. I'm not gonna lie. I've talked to the guy, and I spent as long talking to the guy about the controller and all the bits that come with it and what you'll be able to do with it as I did playing with it. Really nice for £100. Take it or leave it, I suppose, but I really liked it. It was a nice piece of kit, so yeah. I might get one of them for my Christmas. He hopes. He says, if you're listening, you know who you are. Yes, you. Other than that, just lots of there were lots of good stuff on show. There was lots of goodness. There was like, I just love everything about the thing, man. It's like you walk in and it's like the Guitar Hero stands inside a big massive guitar amp. It's awesome. It's a great idea. There was a full-size TIE fighter on the show floor, which was pretty awesome, with TIE bomber crew. No Thai as in Thailand, actual Thai for the TIE fighter. Just want to clear that up there in case a Thai audience get irritated. Mad Max's Magnum Opus was there, which was quite cool because I was playing Mad Max prior to the show, and when I went down to the show I was like, oh my god, it's the Magnum Opus, it's the killer from Mad Max, it's amazing. Wait a minute, that's really plasticky. But that was cool. Snake's bike was there, Snake's Triumph, which appears in one cutscene.
Yeah, I haven't even hit that cutscene yet either. So, it must be further on than I'm in.
But yeah, I got my Lego on the back of Snake's Triumph, which is quite cool. No Scout Speeder this year, which was a bit disappointing, because having seen what Star Wars brought to the party in Germany for Gamescom, and then seeing what they brought to the party at EGX, it was a bit disappointing. The TIE Fighter was a different TIE Fighter because they actually had a TIE Bomber. And they had a TIE Bomber, Speeder, and 80 Walker. And that. And what we got was the big full-size TIE Fighter. Lovely thing as it is, but it would have been nice if they would have had maybe an ATST or something, just, you know what I mean, just something a wee bit more. Because the room was there. There was so, that's what I loved about it, there was so much room. But plenty on the show floor to keep you entertained. Need for Speed had a Nissan GTR done up like a kind of Need for Speed car with spoiler and flares and all that lovely stuff. But yeah, really, really nice stuff there. So yeah, there you go. Halo, Cuphead, and The Division. They're my 3 picks of the show.
So do you both feel you were just torturing yourselves for games you can't buy until the 1st of January 2016?
No, because it was a case everything I played fundamentally, like the Division's not to next March, so hey ho. But about 70 to 80% of the show was buyable right now, which was a bit weird because it's never been that high a ratio, you know. There's always been, as I was saying, like the Xbox stand, there was only 8 treble A titles. There were only 2 new titles on that whole stand, Tomb Raider and Halo. Everything else you could buy or was out that week or is out, or you know what I mean, it's kind of like fair enough. PlayStation had a big massive Destiny stand. Destiny has been out for how long?
Over a year. And
I know the Taken King had just come out, but still the Taken King's out, you know what I mean? It's not like it's...
Yeah. And MGS5 was there as well.
Yeah, but it wasn't as big a presence. It was...
There was people queuing for the...
But the thing for that...
No, there was still people queuing for the fucking...
No, but the thing was, that was in a box where, like, what PlayStation does, they take, like, 4 titles, because they did this last year. I think they had The Order, Far Cry, and Unfinished Swan last year, and they put the 3 games inside one cupboard, and then you queue to get into the cupboard to play the game you want, you know what I mean? It was the same this year. It was like Metal Gear Solid, Mad Max, and there was something else inside the cupboard, and you all queued to get into the cupboard and play it, which was pretty the way it was. But yeah, there was enough new stuff there for me to go, ooh, but there wasn't like as much new and awesome as what there has been in the past, for me personally.
So I take it you're not sold on Project Morpheus then?
No, I'm not sold on the whole VR thing at Eurogamer, if I'm honest. They've got a cheek, and I mean a cheek of the highest order. How to get into this was shocking. So what happened was the HTC Vine was there, Morpheus was there, and I don't know, Oculus was there, but never in a presence. But for the Vine and Morpheus, what you had to do was you had to go on your website, enter your email, get a time slot, or be lucky enough to be drawn for a time slot. So there was these big stands, VR headsets going, it's the future and stuff, and you're like, oh, this is great. And you go, oh, can I queue up to get in? No. How? Oh, you had to get an appointment. Alright, how do you get an appointment? Oh, you had to go on the website. I'm like, so the people who didn't know they had to do that, there's no point in that being there for them, because they can't actually interact with the product. So the Morpheus, for example, was inside the Sony booth. There was 4 big ducats where you sat and put it on, and there was loads of people queuing up to look at you wearing it, but nobody queuing up could play it, if you know what I mean, which was it's a bit sad, if you know what I mean, because it's like, oh, there's that, I want to try that, oh, can I play it? No, you can't. I got to play Eve Valkyrie on it, which was pretty cool. I like the idea of Eve. It's just a kind of Elite Dangerous style game. I'm honest, be honest, right? Let's be honest. Headset was a bit plasticky for me. Was a bit ill-fitting as well for me. I don't know whether that's because they didn't size it. It was just like they just gave me and put it on my head, and I was like, this doesn't fit, boys. While you were in it, but you had full 360 degrees motion, so you could look in front to the back, side to side, everywhere. Lovely. And once the ship was out in the open and you were flying, your head controlled the aiming reticule, if that makes sense. So when you moved your head, the turrets of the plane moved, which were pretty cool. And you get into dogfights and you would be looking left, right, and the guns would be moving and stuff. And yeah, it was really good. I've tried Oculus as well, so kind of Oculus was the benchmark. For what I hear, there were better demos on show that day than what I got to play at Eve Valkyrie. Apparently there was a shooter, and it was like you actually picked stuff up and reloaded guns and stuff and that, and I would have loved to try that. But for what
I'd have thought you'd have been all over rigs. I thought that'd have been one you'd have been.
Didn't get the chance. They took you to a booth and that was you. If you know what I mean, it wasn't like.
Oh, that's disappointing.
It wasn't like it was. So like,
you couldn't say, actually, I want to play this specific title.
Aye. So if they had Killzone, say they had Killzone, I would have said I want to play Killzone, right? Because it's Killzone. But no, basically what happened was, it was humiliating. You go to a counter, you say to the woman your name, they take you and they go, we'll take you to your VIP lounge. And you're like, oh, that sounds quite cool. There might be a PlayStation 4 or something there with a game to kill time to wait for your session. No, what it was
it's a pen.
It was a pen. It was a pen with no seats, no nothing. 5 people standing in this pen in the middle of Eurogamer looking like a bunch of wanks while people walked by going, why are the people standing inside that pen? And then I'll asked it about 5 minutes before I started talking to everybody and going, you ever feel like a coup in a field waiting to go and get your arse sold at market? And they're like, I know, it's horrible, innit? And I'm like, this is shocking. Like, what is PlayStation playing it? Why is there no seats or anything for us? Because it's apparently VIP. It's bullshit, is what it is. And it's like, if they told me I had to sit in a pen, I probably would have told them where to go and fuck off, you know what I mean? Because you're killing my Eurogamer time by having me sat here waiting for nothing with nothing to entertain me or that. You know what I mean? So it was very poorly run, that side of it.
I don't understand what the point of appointment is if they basically stick you in a pen for X period of time. Surely you turn up, you go do your appointment, you fuck off and go do something else.
That would have been the plan, but no, they decided to sit in there for 5-10 minutes before we go to go around and do our thing, and hey ho, you know what I mean? It's Sony at their best. It was my favourite one was there was a wee woman done up in all Sony gear, and I said to her, I was like looking for my appointment, so I said to her, excuse me, where did I go for my appointment? Sorry, I don't work here. I'm going, so you're just part of the furniture. You're just part of the furniture then, because you've got Sony official products on you. You're just part of the furniture. And she wasn't happy with me, and I just went, well, go fuck yourself, hen. You know what I mean? I'm the one coming for Mr. Xbox to try and see your new product, and you're being that way with me. Fucking, who do you think you are? You know what I mean? Sorry, that's me being me, but I just wasn't impressed by the way Sony handled the whole thing. I expected better for them, because apparently this is a new thing, you know? I went with an open mind, like I was told, go with an open mind, you'll enjoy it. I enjoyed the idea and what it did. I just didn't enjoy the plasticness and the fact it didn't fit and how they handled us and how we were put on display like some kind of livestock. You know what I mean? It was like a cross between a stripper and a fucking coup. It was... Because remember, you're looking like a tit wearing that thing, and all these folk are staring at you looking like a tit. Because they don't know what you're seeing. That's the other thing. You know what I mean? So what you're seeing is what you're seeing. They don't see what you see. And I think that's also a problem. I think they should have big monitors showing you what you do, showing them what you're doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think, as I asked the guy, what's it price range that, and he's saying maybe £350, £400.
That's exactly what I said. And no one believes me. Everyone thinks it's going to be £250. They are so wrong. I think it's closer to 400. Price of the console. No one believes me. I think it is. I think the tech in it is too expensive to drop the price down to a couple of £100. And they won't sell many to start off with because the price is too high.
Plus, there's no games developed for it as well. No PlayStation games aren't developed for Morpheus as we speak. They may be in development, but there's nothing purebred for it right now.
It's not got a release date, so I think it'll launch with about 8 titles, of which 4 of them will probably be glorified tech demos, to be fair. And I think you'll have a few other big ones.
You'll get something Uncharted, I think.
No, you won't.
I think you'll get something Uncharted in it.
You're gonna get. It's gonna be The release are going to be rigs. That'll be a full release because they're aiming for the esports market. The Heist, is it called? That's basically like an interactive story, and that's kind of more like a tech demo. Eve. And then there's a lot of smaller ones that are coming. There's a remaster of Futuridium that looks absolutely fabulous. I loved that on PS4. So I'd love to see what they do with that in Morpheus, because that could be fantastic. And there's a couple of others. You won't get an Uncharted one.
I don't know. I think they would just a brand name. You know what I mean? Maybe Killzone. I don't know, but I just thought they would have did something brand orientated. Maybe even like I don't know if Gran Turismo has it, but like a kind of Forza's got this Auto Vista version where you can go round the car, open the doors and stuff with your controller. The idea of having maybe that in Gran Turismo and being able to walk round the car and open the doors and stuff and all that, it wouldn't be hard if you can fly a spaceship. I'm sure you can drive a car.
I think you'll see tech demos like that within Drive Club and stuff. You'll get lots of weird little like augmented reality style like extras, but they won't ever really be. They're not a game. They're just a way of showing the product.
That's the same as what Auto Vista was with Kinect. You know what I mean? It was like you could open the door with your hand and use the pedals with your hand, but Kinect fundamentally didn't have any input on the game. It was just for that section you could use it. But yeah, it was nice enough and stuff. It's,
as you said, it's so hard to sell because people can't see what you're doing. You can be having an amazing experience, but it's a selfish experience. It's so personalised to you that to show anyone else what it is, it's just you can't do it. And penning people in and doing stuff like that, I think, is disgraceful. I really don't like that. I think that's absolutely shoddy. That would have pissed me off.
To have all these people but staring and going, I want to go, and then being told no. It's like, why did you not just take this on a roadshow? Or why did you not? Why have it at the show and make a point and have a dev session?
It's the type of thing that you book into your local game store and you have 25 places and people can all go and play something within that period of time. It seems really silly the way that they've done it like that. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And going on that kind of idea then, would you recommend it to a couple of agents like me and Matt?
As in the
as in the experience of EGX, not standing in a pig pen waiting to play VR.
Aye, it's well, that's my 6th year now in a different location, and I love every minute. As I was saying, it's like this year the problems were having too few units for the games. So an example is Need for Speed.
Do you think it's... Can I ask, do you think it's teething problems with the fact of it being moved to a new venue? They didn't know what the uptake was going to be like. They didn't know whether they were going to stay there. Maybe companies weren't willing to invest in bringing all the hardware along. Maybe they only had a certain amount of units they could take. I know you said about your Gamescom had thousands of blue machines, but that's very, very preset and very well established, whereas EGX moving to a different venue. I know a lot of people who would go to EGX in London didn't go to Birmingham this year.
That's true as well. That's very true. That's a case of a lot of industry people and a lot of Londoners. There was even an anti-Eurogamer event, I think. It's a case of, regardless of where it is in the world, I will be there because it's part of... They could hold it in Wales, they could hold it in Ireland. I'll go because it's part of the fabric now of my gaming thing in the UK. It's part of... We all my mates go, all the people I know go. Even if they didn't go, I'd still fucking go just to be there and just to feel the rush because it's just the way it is. But, as I said, with the Star Wars thing, and as you're alluding there, the two problems this year were... Need for Speed, what I was quoting was, Need for Speed had a 2-hour queue, it had 8 machines.
That's disgraceful.
8 machines, 2-hour queue, right? And then the other thing was, and this is what does my nutting, right? You go into the thing and they go, by the way, you're going to queue for Star Wars, fantastic, queue for Star Wars, and then you get a 15-minute video for General Akbar telling you what you're going to do. Hold on a minute, I'm queuing to play Star Wars, I know I'm going to play Star Wars, I know a lot about Star Wars because I've done all my research and I know it's my thing. Why the fuck are you showing me a video? Star Wars had a video, Mirror's Edge had a video, Just Cause had a video. We don't need videos to brief us, or... If you're going to do videos to brief us, have monitors round queue playing the video. An example of that was Homefront Revolution, another really good game I enjoyed that I didn't mention, but Homefront Revolution had 4 or 5 monitors round the booth, and the booth they kept playing this kind of I'm a developer, this is what you'll be playing, you can get a bike, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that. And I probably saw it about 7 times before I got to play the game, but you've still seen it 7 times. Instead of having to go and stand, watch that video, and then go in and play, there's no point in doing these briefing things. It's a nice thing in theory, but when you've got a 4.5 hour queue, and you've only got 20 machines, and you're playing 15-minute long games, you know what I mean? Same with Halo. Halo match lasted 15 minutes. No one of the queue was 2 hours. You know what I mean? You're playing 15-minute long matches. Why no 10-minute? We understand we're at the show and stuff, and we understand if you cut the time of the demo to 10 minutes for a match, and then if you come in, if you go and play it, you really enjoy it, you can then re-queue to play again. You've at least experienced it. You don't need to wait, go in, play it, and then go, oh Christ, my feet are killing me. So it needs upped the number of units on the show floor. I've said this in the survey. I said, guys, look, you need more units. Also, a really nice touch was Just Cause had a monitor with a timer, which said this session is got 20 minutes, this session, and then it counts down for 20 minutes, and you go like 5 minutes to go, next queue will be took in, you know what I mean? So that was quite a cool. I like that idea, because you could just look and see, oh, that's get like 25 minutes to go, and then you can go, right, 20-minute sessions, and you can go like, there's 50 folk, and then you can count the queue and go 4 hour wait or whatever, 2 hour wait, you know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully with the size of the venue, they can't complain about size. There's more than enough room there for all these units.
Was it reasonably spaced out then? Was it not cramped? Because that's kind of always put me off Eurogamer, the idea of basically you're walking into a large stuffy building filled with lots of large stuffy people that
swing a cat at your own danger. Know that there was still spaces in it, but it was very tight like a tiger. Whereas the queues for like Rainbow Six, were you could fit 3 people in it, 3 abreast in a queue. That was amazing. So much room, so leisurely. You know what I mean? You could just, the same with the Division. It was actually enjoyable because you weren't boxed into a tiny wee rope.
You can stand talking to people rather than being like almost single file queues.
And then the best thing was when your feet hurt, you can have a wee sit down and you don't feel like somebody's going to stun and tap you because you just have a wee seat and it's that wide and that roomy. And even my girlfriend agreed with me. She was like, the queues are a lot more roomy and a lot more spacious than what they've been in last year's, and you don't feel as boxed in or cramped as what you used to do. And I appreciate that for that side. I know queuing's a factor, but to be queuing with a bit of room is a nice wee surprise, you know what I mean? So
Colm, since you haven't said much in this, as it was your first time, would you go again?
Yes, I'll be there next year. Make no mistake.
That's a simple, short answer. Excellent. Wow, so you are converted then. Are you now going to go for the rest of your life until you die?
Yeah, I really loved it. I just thought it was a great buzz. I got the buzz. I know what Stuart's talking about. He probably got it more than me, but I still enjoyed the whole atmosphere. Enjoyed meeting everybody, as I said. It was great crack, and yes, it was definitely, I would recommend it to anybody.
Yeah. It's like when you're starting again on Thursday morning, you're in a queue of maybe 200, 300 people already raring to get into this venue for the first time to see what it's like. Nothing matches that, because you're all the same. You're all there for the same reason, and to be part of that thing is just amazing. You know what I mean? And that's where not the enjoyment, but that's where like you have no worries that 4 weeks. You never worry. You don't worry about anything. You don't fear about anything. You don't. But as I was saying, it's just it's an enjoyment here. It's gotten you guys running there. Hopefully you will go in the next year. With it being where it is, I don't know if it's a better venue for you or whatever. But I just think at the end of the day, it's something that everybody should go to at some point to experience it. And I think as well you should do more than a day. A day's not enough. I say 2 days heavy going, you'll get to see about maybe 80 to 90% of what you want to see. Really, you need 2.5 days to do everything. 4 days is a leisurely thing to get in and take your time to do it, but 2.5 days is the minimum, I'd say, to see everything, do everything. Go to dev sessions, try and go on YouTube, try and see folk on stage, try and meet people, try and play games, try and get some swag, try and get your picture with some things, try and get your picture with other people, see some cosplayers, have a pint or two, go to a party, buy some swag, and generally call game robbing pirates.
And more importantly, where's my swag?
There was very little.
Swag? Oh,
Assassin's Creed swag this year, there was you could get an Assassin's Creed tattoo, which I would have got, but I can't give it to you. Postcards.
You can. You chop your limb off that it's on, and you
Sick,
send
man.
it in a jiffy bag.
That was the plan.
You write the address in your own blood.
There was postcards, which were delightful. Assassin's Creed postcards.
I did nearly ask one of you two to pick me up the Assassin's Creed insert coin top, because I did quite like that.
I do have one of those because the story behind that was I went and I wanted the Destiny one, and they were sold out, and they had the Assassin's Creed one, and I went, "Do you have that in my size?" And they went, "Aye." And I went, "All right, okay, give me one of them." But the arms are so short on it, I can't. They're built for small armed.
It's a baseball jersey, isn't it? So they're like 2/3 length sleeves. They're a bit weird. I've got a Metal Gear one like that, and it's like, where's the rest of my sleeves gone?
Roll them up. But yeah, I've got that one. I think the only 2 pre-orders this year I saw for game, which were a bit weird because usually game day big pre-orders, were if you pre-ordered Rainbow, you got entered into a prize draw to win Rainbow stuff, so you didn't get anything really. And if you pre-ordered Assassin's Creed, you get an Assassin's Creed shilling, which I suppose is a thing if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, you know what I mean? But other than that, it was very light on the floor with swag. Point of reaction: Fallout Boy masks. 10 million were made in China, right? To get a Fallout Boy mask, what you had to do was you had to queue at a certain time in an allotted space, and then take a selfie, and once you took the selfie, you were given your Fallout Boy mask. But it was a case that in that queue, they would count how many people could get a mask. And you're going, why are you doing this? It's like you should be giving all the kids in there and stuff, why are you not getting them masks? Why are you being dicks? You know what I mean? You're being dicks, because at the end of the day, these masks are pennies to make, and yours are just being stingy arseholes.
Well, maybe some of the companies have learnt from last year with the thousands of Destiny posters that lined the streets after last year's EGX.
Destiny were back with their posters. That's the 3rd year now I've got a set of Destiny posters. So I've got like 3 sets of I've got 3 years worth of different sets of posters for Destiny. It was just like a feat in itself, I suppose. But I think at the end of the day, it's if you're going for the very first. I remember my first year and got swag. I get T-shirts and toys, like wee figurines. I got a wee Hitman and all that stuff, and I got an on-live console, and I got a load of stuff. And I was like, "Oh, this is amazing!" And then year after year, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And this year, there was very little in the way of swag.
Well, then they should reduce the prices of the fucking games, because they've got no excuses. They're not spending it all on fucking marketing and giving away loads of stuff to people that go to events. They'd reduce your prices of your games. If you're not going to give people away loads of little stupid swag, then cut your prices of your games. There you go, developers.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars could give a keyring or something, you know what I mean, for your time there, and a T-shirt maybe or something, and it was just kind of like, it was weird. It was like, I'm trying. I won a Rico for Just Cause, right? But this is how stupid it is. In the queue, a guy came around and went, "Oh, if you tweet us a picture of you with the Just Cause stand, you'll win a Rico." And I was like, "Alright." And I went, "Oh, did I just show you the picture?" And the guy went, No. What happens is you then get entered into a draw, and then you might be lucky enough to win a Rico. So before I got to play the game, I got a tweet from them saying, "Congratulations, you've won a Rico." And I was like, "Alright." I went, "Who do I show at the show?" And they went, No. What's your postcode and what's your address? We'll send them to you." And I'm going, that's swag for the show. You're having somebody in an office somewhere putting an envelope and sending me. I'm like, that's really shit, because that's not what it's about. It's about, you know what I mean?
It's getting that buzz of having a bag full of stuff that you've acquired from going to Eurogamer.
Aye.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You sit and watch like Gamescom and stuff and that, and all the cool stuff there and that. And I know as professional press, it shouldn't be that way and stuff, but at the end of the day, you're a gamer, and where else are you going to get half this shit in life, you know what I mean? You're not going to get it anywhere else. Point in reaction, like Call of Duty t-shirts, they were giving away Call of Duty t-shirts to the winning teams, and folk are selling their t-shirts now online for £25 a piece. It's like, that's just sad. Yeah, I mean, it's just sad. It's just, you know, like, the same way Insert Coin. You know what I mean? If they wanted money, if they really wanted to make money, they would have sold that shirt that weekend online, just online. You know what I mean? They would have said, right, as long as the show's on, we'll sell it. After the show, it's gone. Fair dues. And instead of doing that, you know what I mean? That's the thing. People would have ordered them, and instead of doing that, they're like, it's at the show, and then they're sitting being wanky to folk, and folk are going, "Oh, how do I get a shirt?" And they're like, "You could ask somebody at the show to pick one up." Hold on a minute. So you're too good for this person's money? Because this person's basically said to you, I will give you currency of some variety for your product, and you're selling them to find somebody at the show floor to get one to give them it. Fuck off. Just fuck off. You know what I mean? I'm all for exclusivity and stuff and for being there at the thing, but that's just wrong because it's a fucking t-shirt. It's not even a nice, nice t-shirt, but it's not like...
Yeah, I think that's it. It could, if it had had EGX printed on like the back of the neck or something like that, so you went, or on the sleeve or something that went, this is where I got it from. This is exclusive purely to that event. Because I'm wondering how many of those they didn't sell. I'm impressed if they sold out of everything they took of those exclusives.
Well, an example of that is this year the currency was a Tornado. Tornado was like a Monster style energy drink, and so much so that they pumped so much money into Eurogamer that they were throwing cans of this stuff at you, right? And I got a set of them, right? There were 3 versions, 3 colours, 3 flavours, and I got them back to the room, and I was in the room looking at the can. I was going, aye. And then when I turned the can round, it actually says EGX 2015, and I went, hold on a minute, I'm not drinking these fuckers. These are Eurogamer cans of energy juice. So in my fridge I've got a set of EGX Tornado cans, which you'll never get anywhere else ever, because they're for Eurogamer. That's the whole point. It was an exclusive product from Eurogamer. That's the whole point of having them.
By the sound of it wasn't very tasty though. It's probably best staying in those cans.
It tasted like piss.
I never got to taste it, so I now have a Eurogamer energy drink to go next to my Witcher beer, which everybody wants a bottle of. I've got 6 bottles of Witcher brew, and everybody, whenever somebody talks about the Witcher, I always send them a picture and go, look what I'm drinking, and everybody's like, oh my god, I want a bottle, which is pretty awesome. But at the end of the day, it's down to the person and stuff. Folk don't like swag, folk do like swag. It's personal at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So yeah, that side of it was so, but it was good. It was what it was. What it'll hold me now to January. I've still got the band on my arm as always. Yes, I do wash with it on. Yes, blah blah blah. Say what you want. I usually get 6 months to 7 months with it before it falls off. I've had one go all the way to the night before the show before it fell off, which was gutting, because that was 364 days it was on my wrist, and then it finally fell off the night before the show. Sad times. Have you cut your band off, Colm?
Oh yeah.
See, you can't teach these folk class, can you?
No.
You just can't.
Aye.
Bet it's in the bin somewhere.
I don't have class. No, it's not in the bin. No, jeez, no, it's not. It's up in my special press.
Yoshi's wearing it as a bow tie on his bedside cabinet.
It's a choker. He's got it on as a choker.
Wrapped around my Yoshi.
Oh, fuck, Jesus, I thought he was going to say somewhere else.
Lordy Lord. That's a vision.
Yeah, I fully say everybody should go.
Oh, once. Definitely, yeah. Oh, definitely.
I always remember the first time when I got offered to go to Eurogamer, the second year it was running. And the email the guy said to me, you'll go and I guarantee you'll be back year after year. Well, 6 years later I'm still fucking going strong, and I don't plan to stop him, because I hopefully go next year, which is ironically enough because we did the math and a £1 a day challenge would fundamentally get you enough money to go to Eurogamer.
Well, there's a plan.
Which is an interesting concept. That's an interesting thing, because I did the math for Andy, for example, and I said to him, if you do £1 a day, you'll be £100 for your hotel, £70 for your ticket. Gives you like £150 spending money. You know what I mean? It's such a doable thing now because of where it is. Now this all gets fucked up when they go, oh, by the way, we're going back to London. That's when things go sour. But as long as it continues where it is,
I don't think they will. I think it's they seem to have been happy with the reception, and I think it's going to be there again next year.
They sold out Saturday, Sunday. On the Saturday afternoon about 2 o'clock, they put up a tweet saying we're sold out for the weekend. So tough shit. But the thing is, the one comment I will say is their Twitter coverage this year was garbage. Every year it
was really quiet.
They're always good. There's always a buzz. There's always something going on. This year there was nothing. I was doing more buzzing and shouting and taking pictures and periscoping and doing shit at Eurogamer than what Eurogamer did themselves, which is a bit disappointing. Because I like following them, because usually they say, oh, by the way, here's a bit of swag going to be released, or here's somebody looking for somebody to do a competition, or come here the new and get a t-shirt, or come here, that's always on the go. But this year they were very, very quiet. Even when Mr. Sony was there, I didn't even realise Mr. Sony was doing a signing.
Yeah, Shuei Yoshida was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was doing an actual poster signing. I don't know why, but it was kind of like, if I knew he was doing it, would I have went? Probably, just to get a poster signed by him, just to say I've met that guy for Sony. But it's kind of like, like in past years, I met, like, past years Nolan North did a thing. And I never, for the love of me, I never know why they never do this again. But Nolan North did a dev session. But then after the dev session that night, they did a behind closed doors where about 50, 60 people got tickets to sit in a room and basically have a conversation with Nolan North. And I was lucky enough to be one of them. But also, you also got to go up and meet him and get your photo with him and get stuff signed by him and stuff like that. So that's one of my happy moments all over Eurogamer. I was getting to meet Nolan North and getting my book signed by him, and I also got a few books signed for people who couldn't go at the time, and that was a great thing. But they've never ever done a closed doors thing with anybody since then, and every year I say to them, are you doing a closed doors?
The last couple of dev sessions I've watched the last couple of years, and they've been really good, really interesting. And there wasn't really anything being tweeted out about it, because that tends to be where I'll pick stuff up and go, oh shit, there's all the EGX stuff, and go and pick it up and watch them on YouTube. But nothing really came out. I knew Shu was there, but nothing's really been kind of tweeted to say, oh yeah, go and watch the video of it. So were they just not filming?
No, apparently they're all there.
Do you think it was just...
The dev session with Mr. Sony is there. There's a Morpheus dev session, which I might go back and watch just out of interest to see how they handled that. Having obviously been part of it, I'll be interested to see how they handled talking to people about it. Because they couldn't sit there and go, oh, by the way, hope you enjoyed this, by the way, go and play it on the show floor. You know what I mean? The guy that played Hitman was there. The guy that voiced Hitman was there in a Hitman session thing, and that would be quite an interesting thing to watch. But you're right in yourself, it's very much... I think YouTube gaming did a lot, because YouTube gaming were a big presence at it this year. They kind of... Twitch weren't there. Twitch just didn't turn up. And YouTube gaming... But this is the argument, right? Twitch didn't turn up because that weekend TwitchCon happened in San Francisco. And a lot of UK people were at TwitchCon. So it's a kind of double-edged sword. Eurogamer's clashing now with quite a few events in the world, And I think
there's also so many events on this year alone. Just in Europe, you've got a lot of different events, and they're all starting to eat into each other. And that's that. You've got to bear in mind. That's probably one of the reasons there wasn't so many consoles there, is shipping them about. If you've got loads of little events going on, it may be cheaper and more cost effective to have your consoles spread out over 12 events across Europe, rather than pooling them all together in Birmingham now.
I think, but they should realise that... see, I think it's a case of E3, Gamescom, Eurogamer. These are the hubs. Tokyo Game Show. I think COD had it best. Mind the year they gave away the free Ghost stuff, which I also got. But the events... COD gave away it, so it was like E3, Gamescom, Eurogamer, Tokyo Game Show, and somewhere else in America. I think it was PAX. They're like the hub events, because like I was saying on Console Ninjas, it's like EGX is the biggest, is the show for the UK. So that's like the UK is a massive market, and that's the show for us. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like 70,000 people go to that. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of buyers and stuff, and a lot of folk to have word of mouth. And I think at the end of the day, they just kind of need to screw them up. But I don't know if moving Eurogamer would help as well, maybe. You know what I mean? For September to maybe in between Gamescom and E3, you know what I mean? So it might get some exclusivity. Because it never really... It's like, it had Total War was an exclusive this year. The fucking Warhammer.
Sega one.
Warhammer Total War was the exclusive. And then last year, Warhammer Attila was the exclusive. Seems to be Warhammer is exclusives every year with it. And I don't know if they can cut a deal with somebody to get more exclusives on the show floor. But at the same time, it's kind of like, for me, a big irritation was Quantum Break. Quantum Break, no show. No show whatsoever. Big massive stand at E3, at Gamescom. I believe it was playable or whatever at the Gamescom, and Remedy said a week before the event, we will not be at Eurogamer in any way, shape or form. I'm kind of like, that's a bit disheartening. You know what I mean? One of the biggest Xbox titles coming out, I really want, and you aren't even going to show up at my home show, And the same goes for Crackdown. Crackdown, made up in Edinburgh. And people were saying to me, oh, Crackdown will be in such a raw footage now. And I'm like, well, why not just have the guy come down and have a dev session just talk about Crackdown, talk about the history of Crackdown, because the guy who makes Crackdown is the guy who made GTA, and if you watch that program about Daniel Radcliffe and that about GTA, the actual guy who leaves, if you watch it, the Scottish guy, the English guy it is, but the Scottish guy that leaves him at the end of it, that's the guy who makes Crackdown. That's him. He's Mr. Ruffian. I can't remember what they're calling themselves now, but he's Mr. Crackdown. I've met him a few times, and it's kind of like him to have a dev session would have been really interesting as well, I think. But obviously it didn't happen. But then I think as well there was a power shift. Each year Bethesda pumped money into the show. Like I remember when they had the court done up with Wolfenstein banners, like a Nazi headquarters. That was fucking awesome. And then the other year they had Dishonored, and they had The Evil Within, and they had all these cool banners and stuff, and all the ads inside and stuff, and they were really money. This year, very much Square Enix. Square Enix put the money in, I feel, because Just Cause was everywhere. It was all Just Cause, which was a bit kind of Deus Ex and Hitman were there as videos, but they had a big presence at the show floor. You know what I mean? It's kind
by
of
the sounds of it, Ubisoft have a very big presence. Which, yeah.
Ubisoft ruled the 18 and overs area, because in the 18 and overs area this year you had Rainbow, Assassin's Creed, The Division, Just Cause 3 and Homeland's Revolution. That was it. That was your 18s area. Wasn't the strongest one, but again, like I say, Ubisoft built a whole market kind of concept and stuff, and had benches and stuff in that, and they hired, like, fair dues to them, they hired a guy to be an assassin and a woman to be an assassin, and they had a guy in Rainbow Six gear, and they had folk done up like the Division soldiers and stuff, and it was all really nice, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like I would have liked to seen more 18 and over stuff in the 18 and overs, but you know what I mean, than what was there, because it was never like there was anything shot. Like Assassin's Creed's there every year, you know what I mean? It's Assassin's Creed, you know. Apart from there's a zip line this year. Spoilers. That's the new gimmick, I think, which does change how you play the game quite dramatically.
It's not. It's fucking Batman in Victoria.
Yeah. At any point you can look at if you look up L1, I think it was, but you can press it and it'll zip line you to the point, if you know what I mean. So, but I played as a woman. Take of that what you will. And it seemed very nice, but again, it's like you say, it's just going to be Assassin's Creed in London. So, but aye, that's Colm's probably went to sleep, but that's just kind of my kind of highlights, overview, afterthoughts of the show. Colm, yours, go. Colm's dead.
I think he's fallen asleep.
Sorry,
I think.
Sorry,
Oh.
I muted myself. Sorry. Nothing new there. Yeah.
Were you having a big poo?
No, I don't have a big poo at this hour of the night.
He's what's a little poos. He does a rabbit.
There's nothing wrong with my bells. Thanks very much. Just,
Yeah, because you got up, like I said, you got up 4 times a night to take a piss.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
Yeah.
is there anybody?
I
I was going to say, is there
I
anybody?
didn't get into the 18 sections.
Did you look too young?
No,
Because you didn't have ID.
because my son was with me, so I didn't get in. So
What did your boy play?
he played a bit of PS4. I think I don't know what he played. I think played a few indie games. I don't know what they were. Fucking sakes. I was just there to soak up the atmosphere. Next year I'll be in the zone like Stuart. I'll follow Stuart around, actually. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow. I'm going to be with Stuart night and day for next year.
You need to run. You need to learn to run if you're with me, because when that door opens at that 10 o'clock, you run like you run with the feet God gave you to get to where you need to go. Because trust me, you need to get
Does
there.
it look like
fast,
that event in
because,
Spain where they released the bulls?
Yes. There's actually a really good video on YouTube of the year they did the COD giveaway, and there's like a cameraman at the front of the crowd inside the hall, and they open the gates, and for about 3 minutes the cameraman gives up and just kind of tries to protect his camera because everybody just goes like madness. It's like a torrent of sweat. It's the musk. To be honest, the musk wasn't as strong this year as what it usually is, but it was present on a few occasions. The odor de la gamer, my favourite. Nothing says good times like a sweaty back gamer. But
I've been to a couple of midnight launches. I know that smell.
It's the ones that wear beanies. No offence to you guys, if you wear a beanie, fair dues, but don't wear a beanie all the fucking time. All the time.
No, just have a fucking wash. At least have a wash the first day of the weekend.
It's the fact they bring out guides, and in the guides they say bring BO. Bring BO. Bring
beer.
Yeah.
Well, they're actually recommending people bring their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Make sure you've not had a wash 3 days before you come, guys. We need you to smell musty.
See, if I was working for Eurogamer, I would honestly try and cut a deal with Lynx or Red Yard.
Yeah.
And give away the wee bullets for free. You'd make a killing.
Yeah, you would completely.
You'd, and I know it'd be a bit in your face, but if they could do it in a gentle way.
You really wouldn't want that ever smell that smell again. That mixture of teenage boy and Lynx. Oh God, I'm trapped into that one room. It's probably a toxic hazard, to be fair. That maybe why it's never been attempted, because it'd probably.
Well, the aircon was good this year.
Oh,
that's the saving grace was. You would every so often you get a nice wee brisk breeze of aircon, and you'd go. But it was what it was, and it is what it is. It was the atrium bar gets notable mention for having the slowest time ever for a food. I think we waited something like an hour and a half for a Perini one day. That was awesome. Also notable.
What were they doing?
I think they were killing
the bread
the
fresh.
chicken, but also notable mention as well for the Subway at the other side of Homefront, because that had a queue, I think, of about an hour for a Subway. This isn't made up. This is all real. This is what goes on behind closed doors at Eurogamer. But yeah, there was many a queue. But Subway and the Atrium Bar get the two notable mentions. And the bar staff on the Friday night at the after party were fucking murder. So yeah, I ended up talking to Syndicate's dad. Now some people out there will be like, "Oh my god, Syndicate's dad!" I didn't know who the guy was. I just knew he was a guy that hung about with a boy my brother wanted me to meet. And we spoke for a wee bit. A really nice guy, really nice guy. And I'm actually on a Syndicate video, oddly enough. This means something to somebody, no me, but it's like 1 million people have seen this video, and I'm in it. I'm sitting in the pub, and he's filming, and I'm doing my usual jaunty heed. But yeah, if you can check, if somebody out there will know if they listen to us. If you listen to us, email us in telling us who the hell he is and what he actually does, because I ran into him all the time that weekend, and it was one of these ones. See, because I didn't know who he was, I was just keep running into him and his dad all weekend long. It was great. So
he's a YouTuber, isn't he?
He's a Twitcher, I think.
Yeah, he's on Twitter.
He's no KSI bad, but he's no important enough. It's like YoGsCast. Did you ever go by their stand? Who the fuck were YoGsCast? I don't know who they are, but they had big queues for people wanting stuff signed.
Nano Sound is the lass who used to work for Official PlayStation Magazine, the little
they were signing
lass.
posters, and they had big queues.
Yeah.
And they were selling loads of t-shirts and stuff, and it was all Minecraft stuff, and I was like, oh, is that what the Minecraft's all about? The Waynes with their Minecraft, listen to me.
Yes.
It was
It's happening, Colm. We've corrupted him. It's happening. He doesn't understand the youth for today. You've had that birthday, and finally it's set in. Now you realise you are turning into Colm Sheridan.
My nephew's 7. He just plays Minecraft and he watches Minecraft videos. Like,
see, that's the thing. It's like I'll admit I don't understand the whole YouTube phenomenon, and a lot of Eurogamer this year was the YouTube phenomenon. Phenomenon. But as was pointed out to me by my brother, it's like I got him a Syndicate t-shirt and he put on the Syndicate t-shirt, and then I said to him, how do you feel wearing a YouTuber's t-shirt? And he went to me, and I'm wearing this shirt right now, he went to me, you're one to talk, you're wearing a YouTube t-shirt. And I looked at it and I went, oh, I've got an Outside Xbox t-shirt on. You know what I mean? It's horses for courses, isn't it? And yeah, I'm wearing an Outside Xbox t-shirt, which is random but cool. And yeah, it's maybe something I need to engage in. That and esports was a big thing. Esports was everywhere. It's all about the esports.
Are they the sports that you
don't
that you have to charge up and that you get liquids for and stuff?
Yeah, they're the ones
they're not like real sports that damage your health. They're the ones that don't damage your health, but probably do damage your health.
Well, I don't know. You get doping scandals in esports now. You know what I mean? Fucking deliverance of speed for attention and stuff, like for reaction times and stuff. It's really fascinating. I've kind of dabbled in the esports stuff, but I think this year I need to actually make a point of finding an esports team and following them, and just see what it's about, as well as following some YouTuber Twitchers to see what it's all about. If it's for me.
Only Twitchers I know of are the woman across the road that's constantly at her curtains wanting to know what's going on. She's a proper Twitcher.
She's on the she's on the social as well, isn't she?
Like, fucking hell, he's played that Metal Gear game again.
But
where's his wee bed?
Anyway, so Colm, anybody you want to say thanks to, hello to, or goodbye to that was at Eurogamer that you feel needed some loving, or you just want to do a mass thank you to everybody?
Mass thank you to everybody. Trev, Darren from Midlife Gamer. Oh, Phil.
Excuse me.
Phil
I think you'll find Darren was ex Year of Shame. Or are we talking about the other Darren?
There was two Darrens I met.
Yeah, there was Darren for first year of Shame.
Yeah.
Because remember we had the big fight.
Yeah.
We had the big fight between them about how first year of Shame was the best year, and I was like, no, year 3 is the best year. Because oddly enough, 3 year 1s were in the same room, because you had Terry, Darren, and Jay. Cy Stevens wasn't there.
No.
And you had me and you for this year. We were one man down for a fight.
Yeah.
I blame Matt. It's Matt's fault.
So just great. Just great buzz. I met lots of people on Twitter that, followed, and they came over to me and stuff, and Brother Brown and Chris from the same kind, he was there.
See, that's awkward, but when you meet people and you don't realise who they are, and then you ask them what their Twitter picture is to realise who they are. I had that happen to me.
Looked at their badges.
See, folk were saying to me their names and stuff, and I'm staring at them going, nah mate, I'm drawing a blank here. What's your Twitter picture? Oh, it's you! That's true. That happened on at least 3 occasions. That's not a lie. I'm being honest. Sad but true.
Yeah, brilliant.
But
Adamansky and Byron from Pleb.
Yep.
And stuff like
the
that.
Tix Cast Boys.
Yeah. They were great. It was great to meet them all. It was brilliant. It was. It really was. Like, I really enjoyed it. Now I have to say, I was in me element. It was just a buzz, like, got the buzz,
Cut some moves on that dance floor, mate. You fucking John Travolta's wee bra. Fucking busting them moves. I've not seen somebody shuffle like that since they wheeled an old woman out to the grave 2 months ago. Giving it the hips don't lie.
Brilliant. I was having a laugh.
Yeah.
Having a bit of fun. Having a bit of crack.
And then you donned your top hat and started fucking playing the part of Sammy Davis Jr. to my awesome Dean Martin. You know what I mean? Frank Sinatra wasn't there because we don't know what Connor was doing. He was playing Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
it was.
It's about 110.
I wonder
sang
the
national anthem,
or just 102 or 110.
It'll probably be close to 200 by the time I've platinumed it. So yeah, that should see me through the next month. So hey guys, if I'm back next month, more talking of Metal Gear Solid. Yay!
Colm, you're in control. And as I was saying, a short podcast, my arse. You talk about Eurogamer, we were here for hours. Are we taking this in turns, Colm?
Yeah,
or what
I'll do the first one.
You do the first two, because it's the same person.
Same person. Dan Spazzy Mac Bobbins. Woohoo! I got it right.
And this was sent on October the 4th.
As I've left in. Okay, first he said what he's been played. This week I replaced the controversial ultraviolence of GTA 5 with the light-hearted ultraviolence of Uncharted demo.
Ooh.
It's Uncharted demo. Did you play that?
Yeah.
No, I'm really tempted to.
Ooh, lovely.
What's the point? The game's in exactly 4 days.
What's the point? I earned the
first
first 3 anyway, and I'll get the collection,
yeah,
but I'm not paying 50 quid for 3 games I already earn.
Excuse me. 70.
Certainly not paying fucking 70.
Yeah. Well, I'm playing the third one at the moment, so fuck if I'm going to be playing. And everyone is doing well, except obviously at Psalm 67, who's been sabotaging the podcast for years on behalf of Nintendo. Oh, thanks, Spazzy. Thanks very much, Spazzy. Glad to know you're a supporter. So, yeah, that's it. Spazzy, good old Spazzy. I got you right for the change, Spazzy McMobbins. Yep. And yes, your friend is after tweeting.
Yeah,
Stuart.
my friend.
Yeah,
yes, the young, delightful Irish version of Andrew Collins that is Martin Kelly. That's an in-joke, but Martin will kill me for saying that because it's Martin and Andrew will both kill me. But one's basically Martin Kelly's the Irish version of Andrew Collins, and Andrew Collins the Scottish version of Martin Kelly. It seems to be. I'll read it as it says. YoS Furious seems to be winning. If you're looking at it like it's a contest. Colm shot himself in the foot, leaving a gaping wound that bled out for 6 months. This wound then went gangrene, got maggot infested. This is a lot of words for 140 tweet. Got infested by maggots and then got gnawed on by a wolf as he sat doing a piss. Later that month, he lost the leg from the shin up. So, and recap. We're all winning, and the Irishman's failing.
As
beautiful.
Usual. Nothing new.
As usual. You know what I mean, just there might have been a bit of padding involved in that.
Of course,
legs getting chopped off, but it was all there.
Brilliant. And Justin Knowles, Darren Ragnar, some recommendations for the podcast day. Yeah, thanks for the recommendation, Darren.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was better than my self recommendation, which I did.
You did your own recommendation.
Yeah, it's always good to recommend your own. Yeah. I mean, always get high. Never get high on your own supply. That was rule one. But you know, it's all good. So yeah, that was listener mail. Short, sweet, yeah, anti-social.
and Sean Cullen as well.
Hold on.
Yeah, sorry.
Was Sean done? Come in. Hold on. Beep. Just in. What's Sean done?
Sean Cullen recommended as well for the podcast day.
And to the social, which was also the podcast day. Every podcast that got recommended was also referenced to the social that day. Thanks for the rec. Roger that. So, I think that brings us to a timely close of this episode.
Oh, I just want to say it was great to meet. I'm going to get this wrong now. I know I am. Majin Willie.
Majin Willie. Or,
sorry.
Just say Willie. Just say Willie.
Yeah, it was great to meet Willie. And
host of the Console Ninjas, Willie.
That psycho. Other crazy man on the other what's it called?
Who? What podcast?
Yeah, your podcast.
Well,
Console
you met
Ninjas.
Dash. You met Dash, Damien Ashley. You met Terry, Foxhounder. You met Dale. You met Jay Stokes.
He's bleeding nuts.
Yeah, funny enough, you met the whole Console Ninjas. That was the first time ever in the universe didn't implode that all the Console Ninjas were in one room. It was kind of like we expected Martin McFly to appear, or one of us to disappear.
Jay Stokes, he's a scary fella.
He's a crabbit. He's a crabbit faced man. You know what I mean? Every group needs one. He was a joy. He was a bundle of joy that weekend. That's for sure. But aye, it was good. Well, I can't say it's good to see him because I podcast with the cunt. But, you know what I mean, just one of these things, isn't it? Yeah, nice to know you enjoyed us as we enjoyed you. You enjoyed having us as much as we enjoyed having you. Connor, you want to say hello to Cheerio to anybody that's you've met in the street, maybe? I don't know, passing by. Somebody that works in game.
Yeah, that woman across the street. She's currently watching to see whether the social need to be informed of my year of shame, podcasting antics. I'm expecting a visit from the social probably the next few days, but given cutbacks, they may not get round to me for another 6 months. I can maybe change my ways and start looking after my son a little better. Don't worry, I'll feed back next month and lie profusely about I have played no video games. I have just laid on the floor playing with my son I've been waking him up every hour to give him a little hug and a kiss, and make sure he's all right, and make sure he's not missing his daddy.
Is this a statement or a declaration?
It is, yeah. This is what will be played to me when I'm stood in the dock.
He's going to end up hating you when he's 16 anyway, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, oddly enough, you could get actual Trevor Phillips to have a daycare with him, because Trevor showed his nurturing side at Eurogamer, which was quite comical. You weren't there, but he soothed a crying child, which was the most terrifying and equally scary thing ever. Because Trevor's quite a big guy, and this woman in the pram, this could have went one of two ways. But an alcoholically
grab the
man,
child out of the pram and give it a cuddle to sleep.
It was no, he didn't pick it up, but he basically started talking to it. It was in a queue, and it was just like he was sitting talking to him, and the way he was just mesmerised. I don't know whether it was the smell of liquor or.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, it was a wonder with the child. I'm hiring him for my next bar mitzvah. So yeah, Trevor Phillips daycare centre is where it's gone down in Dubai. Free plug for you there. That's if he listens to this far into it. If you do, well done. But yeah, so
actual plugs there. I'll give a big shout out to the rest of the Joypad and Me crew. I know two of them were milling around Eurogamer, and I think we've got a full-on Eurogamer podcast coming within the next couple of days.
Anti-social fuckers. Should have said hello to me. Fuck it.
I'm sure they would have done. I certainly would have done, but I wasn't there.
They should have said hello through proxy.
Oh, right. I will do that next time, but then I'll be there in person, so I could probably introduce you all.
Through osmosis. That would be quite good. I'm just saying words now that sound cool. Osmosis.
But you want me to introduce you through the parting of water through a membrane?
Yes.
Right, okay, that's a bit weird. Yeah, and a big shout out to the Codec Moments crew that have been kind enough to stick us on and help motivate us with Codec Momentum, even though I don't need
they seem to have
because I've been playing 100 hours of Metal Gear.
Yeah, they seem to have gave us, I don't know, I think I might know their Codec Momentum this month because I'm just enjoying games, but they seem to have gave the Irishman a bit of jolt in the arse. And well, I was toting that a year 4 could be on the horizon at the EGX party to people, so didn't let me down, boys. I've been saying to folk this is happening, so don't you fucking let me down. or I will send Mr. Toots
next 3 months, right?
Demolish your
next
house.
3 months, you're going to see Colm just go platinum crazy, and he'll be digging out all the old games and go for the platinums on him. He's playing the long game. He's been holding back energy, and he's going to do a final sprint for the last 3 months, and it'll just be ding, 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 just all these games, 100%. You're going to be sat there going, whoa.
I'm going to go pro. I have to go and tuck my son into bed.
Your son's 18, isn't he? Or 17?
It's like fucking Jeremy Kyle this week, innit? Fucking me stuck in the middle. So well. Who's the pappy? DNA test ain't going to tell me that. Anyway, I'm going to say hello to the Console Ninjas as always, and it was a joy, and hello to Savage Wolf because he's my friend, and a massive thank you to Kaylee for giving me the time of day to go to Eurogamer and enjoy myself, even though she wasn't a big fan, but she knows I love it as much as I love her, and
she was
just
lovely.
The way it is. She was a great singer. She knows how to spell out a wee song. That was probably one of my highlights of the actual event, was when she started singing, people actually started realising that there was a really good singer in the room, because up to that point...
Although Willie wasn't bad.
Well, it wasn't a patch on her.
No.
But then Dash, what's Dash all about, man? Dash the secret. Also, if you really want to torture yourself or shatter glass or burn your house down, check out YoS free EGX MLG My Way on YouTube. I'm sure he'll put it in the show notes. Good times. Play it at Christmas for your family. They'll enjoy it.
Do you want to do to my friend Justin, who I finally met after 2.5 years of talking to him, and he was as I made a note, he was slimmer than I thought he'd be, and he replied.
Did you get to see his lovely ties?
I did. He showed them to me, and he tweeted back to me saying, You've got more hair than I thought you did.
Did you take some specially for Eurogamer? Did you have some extra?
I had spray on here, yeah.
Felt pen in it in.
So yeah, it was just great to see everybody and meet everybody, and everybody was just so buzzy and yeah.
So are you going to be continuing with Last Save Loaded? Because there was a concern over the last few episodes that he was going to finally meet you and go, no, that's enough for Colm.
You can never have enough of Colm.
Anyway, that's enough preferential smooching arses. Next month, I think we might do a wee horror special, maybe. I might play some horror games on that note.
You just finished one.
Yeah, I know I just finished one, but I do have Evil Within, and I just started.
Ooh.
I just started Guns, Gore, and Cannolis. More about that next month, but trust me, that's a really good game. If you're out there now, Guns, Gore, and Cannolis, check it out. Really good. What about you boys? What are your plans for next month before we do the official sign-offs and roll out?
I'm gonna win
Cool.
platinum on Charter 3.
Cool. Connor, mere Metal Gear and just checking the way in.
Try to get finally to the end of Metal Gear to get it to give me the proper credit roll, and probably play some Metal Gear Online. And I might join in on the Halloween thing, because I've got Outlast sat on me hard drive that scared the shit out of me when I played 2 minutes of it. So I'm wondering.
I think we should all dress up.
To
I think we should all do fancy dress for next month as well. I think we should all come in with our fancy dress on.
What, like a tuxedo?
Yeah, I'm going to maybe dress up as Fallout Boy.
Top hat.
You know what I mean? Fallout Boy, who's actually not the guy who plays with the band Fallout Boy. He's actually Pit Boy's brother, Fallout Boy. That's an old gag that gets quick really quick. But anyway, Colm, give us the officials before we roll.
Potatoes.
That's it. That's where the emails go to.
That's where can they send the potatoes to, Colm?
You can find me at tweeting from the YoS at YoS Challenge 3 Twitter account, or if you wish, which you know is a very rare occasion, you can email us at the correct email address, which is yoschallenge3@gmail.com.
And that's the number 3, not the things that grow out of the ground. Just in case people have been putting in YoS Challenge Tree.
Thank you.
Just so people don't get confused.
Or birch or oak.
Thank you for being so anal. And you can find me at Solemn67. Thank you very much for listening.
Connor, what about you? Where can we find you
can
under the sun?
Find me generally bimbling around on Joe which has been less bimbling than anything else. Or you can find me on Twitter at VDJOMB.
Fantastic. And as always, you can find me at Console Ninjas, podcasting as we do, and you can find me at Fury AC3 on Twitter, online, on Game Boy, on Game Boy Printer. So I'm going to call this meeting to a close, gentlemen. The discussion of the discussion of whether the child will remain with the father will be nominated for next month, but at the moment the minutes will be taken and we will find out if he is really the pappy. Well. So without further ado,
bye.
Good night.
And sleep tight. Catchies.